fingers. Inhale, no L's, pulling out blocks like Jenga. In the rear of a Caprice's Billy Rims, flicking decent nonetheless. Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game could never change us, the West Side teachers. On these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stone like grocers, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. It's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always give me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you could J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down to get it. From Cape Town to Fifth City, the sounds of Fifth's empty. When we tipsy, it's risky. Where the lick be, at least 10 deep, it tempts me. But there's no mystery where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimping ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game, but the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without suffer long enough. Struggling from summer to summer, the same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show, the same place I know is home. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into.
Hold up, man, you know what I'm saying? So I be telling these niggas, man, shit ain't the game, man. Shit
Tell 'em,
real.
done.
With the power, don't give with the power, don't give with the power, don't give it with the power, don't give it with the head up above. Activate me, don't give it with the power, don't give it with the power, don't give it with the power.
wherever we go. We shine wherever we go. Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
Great afternoon to you wonderful people. Welcome inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. This is I Said What I Said on a wonderful and marvelous Wednesday.
Is this I Said What I Said, or is this the kickoff kickback, man?
It might
like a kickback in this one.
It just might be the kickoff kickback, because as I look to my left and I look to my right, I see the brothers is in the studio with me, man.
What's the Benoski, man?
The Bigs is in here. I am on the soil.
Wiz debut, right?
I am on the soil with the Bigs, man. Gino, what's the word, man?
What's the Benoski, Fulioski?
Ain't nothing to it. T, what's happening?
I'm feeling good, brother. Happy as hell to be talking about this with you for sure. So.
Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Doing the.
So is he a meathead?
No, man. If you're a kickback affiliate, you can't be in the meathead.
Right,
What's a meathead? I mean, I know what I think a meathead is.
Bears fans are meatheads.
The worst kind of fans.
Yeah, that's later tonight. What time do Weeko Wednesday come? When Reese the Ruler get here, it'll be meathead season, because he got on bear goggles all the time.
Mitch. Yeah.
Yeah, he got bear goggles as bad as anybody. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate y'all. This is I Said What I Said. Each and every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m., we are right here with you, and we are discussing issues that are currently impacting the black community, how they impact us as individuals, but also how they impact us as a collective. And along with your help, we talk through all of these issues in the hopes of finding the optimum solutions for how we can overcome said issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but perhaps more importantly, overcome them as a collective. So thank y'all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the show. Would kindly ask you, please take a quick second, and in the words of my good brother Eugene, smash that share button.
Do it.
Share it on your personal page. Share it even within your personal network. Anyone that you think would find value in this conversation or add value to this conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion, because we sincerely believe that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of this conversation, the better the opportunities we have of reaching those aforementioned solutions. So please, 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 if you will, take a quick second and share the broadcast. Again, this is I Said What I Said. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. I'm usually joined by my good brother, Toussaint Werner, but my other two good brothers are in the building, and I appreciate y'all for taking the time to put in a little OT with me today, man. I don't want to hold y'all up too long, but some things I need to talk about, and I can only talk about it with y'all. So I'm like, hey, y'all, man, just hold on for a minute and let me pick y'all brain about a couple of things. One being the fact that the NCAA tournament kicks off in earnest tomorrow with the play-in games, and then the first round officially commences on Friday. But before that, the Chicago football team, right?
Man.
I don't know what's up with them, G. Like, I do not know what's up with them. They signed Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton is like a 12-year vet now. 12-year vet, spent most of his career in Cincinnati. Put up some solid numbers quarterbacking in Cincinnati. They had some pretty good offenses. They played with Ocho Cinco, played with T.J. Houshmandzadeh a little bit. Took over from Carson Palmer's. A.J. Green. Yeah. They've had some I almost forgot him. Dang, he fell off like a hype, man.
Didn't he just sign with somebody?
With the Cardinals?
Yeah, injuries, man.
Yeah.
This just now?
Like a couple days ago. That was today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Did Fitz retire?
No.
Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
Ryan Fitzpatrick?
No. Larry Fitzgerald.
No way. He'll be back.
Okay, so Fitz is still there. Yep. D-Hop will obviously be number one.
Yep. And then you got Christian Kirk.
Right.
The young cat on the other side. You're trying to pull some attention away from DeAndre Hopkins. You want him one-on-one as much as possible, but still.
Hey, if you can catch lightning in the bottle with A.J. Green, and he can, get you, in a year, if he can get you 45, 50 balls, 6 or 7 touches, that's well worth the signing right there with D-Hop and Fitz.
A.J. Green wasn't terrible in Cincinnati.
It's just been injuries?
And then Joe Burrow and them just kind of
Yeah.
changing the guard over there. You know,
True.
His talent is undeniable. He's been a very, very productive receiver in this league ever since he came out of Georgia. Always been the lead receiver. I think he was number one prospect when he came out of high school as a wide receiver and went to Georgia. Highly touted coming out of college. Very, very productive receiver. He's had some injuries, and so if he can return to any semblance of his prior form, that offense can be quite prolific with your boy Kyler Murray pulling the trigger at the point for them.
We need a bounce back year for him for sure.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, man. So are you a Cardinals fan or are you a Ravens fan?
Oh, it's Ravens. You know what I mean? As far as like a second team, because
I thought you switched.
No, he's president of the Kyler Murray fan club.
Okay,
as
Kyler
far as
Murray
players
fan.
go.
Right.
But yes,
Okay.
I'm a Bears fan that is packing my bags and going to my second home. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Okay.
Like, I got family in Baltimore. They welcome me with open arms.
Okay.
I may still get to wear like
You got on your purple and black today. You ready?
I had a couple of options, bro. I was like, should I throw the ball so hard University? Or should I just
Throwing to
kind of
Morgan
like
State.
subtly change my colors? You know what I mean? So
Man, I don't blame you. Baltimore's always been my second favorite team too. Well, always since they've been out there. I was a huge fan of all the DBs from Miami.
oh yeah.
And so once they had Ed Reed, I was just rocking. But even before then, when they won the Super Bowl with that first team, that defense was so nasty, and I just like that formula that they won with when you had Goose and Sam Adams. Is his name actually Sam Adams, or am I just mixing him up with the beer? But anyway,
It was Sam Adams.
I think his name is actually Sam Adams, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had 1,000 pounds of beef right there
Tony
in the middle.
Siragusa?
Tony Siragusa and Sam Adams. 1,000 pounds of beef right there in the middle.
Yeah.
You put Ray behind them, and when he was still young and getting sideline to sideline
luck
like
with
that, ain't nothing you could do. They had Jamie Sharper at one of the other backers, then they had like Samari Rowe. They had Rod Woodson back there playing safety after his corner
Wow,
days
I
was
forgot
over.
all about
Yeah, that
Rod
defense was loaded. And so I've been a fan of them for like a long time. They've been my second favorite team, but unfortunately, my first favorite team remains the Bears. I can't seem to do anything about it. If I could, I would have changed it a long time ago to I don't know anybody else, but I can't.
So, like, how do you feel about what's going on with the Bears? I feel like this is the setup to we're gonna look back on this 5 years later and be like, the Bears are still trash. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, of course. Because you until you solve your quarterback problem in the National Football League, you're never going to compete for a Super Bowl. That's just not a real thing. We've seen it a couple of times in my lifetime, only twice.
That's what I said.
Brad
Twice.
Johnson won with the Buccaneers, and the team we was just talking about, Trent Dilfer won with that Baltimore Ravens team.
we go.
It's the only two times that a team has won the Super Bowl without elite level play at the quarterback position, and the Bears just have not come close to elite level play at that position.
And the defenses were top 2-3 defenses of all time.
Yeah, it's
You know
got to
what I
be
mean?
like all time great. It can't be like a
Exactly.
good defense. It
Yeah,
can't be
it can't be top
solid.
10.
No, it's got to
No, you
be
the best defense.
The best defense. Like you got to be in the conversation with like the Steel
Arguably.
Curtain, the '85 Bears. You got to be in the
And
conversation.
they definitely do not. The Bears don't have that anymore.
They don't
you know
have
what I mean?
that.
Which makes this quarterback move even worse. You know what I mean? It's like, how do you shove $10 million to a cat that's not going to make you better? Your defense is heading in the wrong direction. It's no long-term plan still. You know what I mean? You still don't have a quarterback where you're saying, this is our guy for the long haul. You haven't had a guy like that in recent memory. You know what I mean? It's just
The only
it's all
good thing
bad.
about it is it's only a year. That's the only good thing about it.
It's just another year though. Like it seems like a
It's
35-year
another year,
run
Gino.
of, you know what I mean? It's just another year.
18 weeks of that.
But this is why I call Bears fans meatheads, because you guys really entertained Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson when Deshaun Watson could have been a quarterback 4 years ago.
Right. If they wanted Deshaun Watson, they could have had him for the Lowski. They didn't even want him when he costed nothing but a pick. They definitely don't want him now after he didn't cashed out for 100 M's.
I smell Jim Crow era.
Okay? That's real. That's real. That's who the Bears are. And I saw the Twitter thing that kind of squared up yesterday
Why I
from
had
your
to add you
page.
to- That's why I had to add.
And so you tagged me, and I'm looking at, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even finna debate. I'm assuming that dude was white, but I just wasn't even gonna get into it. I'm not finna debate a white dude about whether or not racism exists within the Bears organization.
No, he wasn't white.
No,
No, I don't talk to many white people on my timeline, on my Twitter timeline.
that is unfortunate. That is unfortunate because I would have just assumed that dude was white.
He's one of the biggest Bears fans of all time.
He didn't even pick up on the fact that we were like mocking the
In
black
jest.
quarterbacks who have
In
played with the
jest,
Bears.
yes.
He's like, see, if y'all know that we had Henry Burris and Cordell Stewart and Jason Campbell, then y'all know it ain't no like, fam, we're joking right now, okay? Those are not faces of a franchise black quarterbacks.
And then I said, I'm old enough to even go back
did.
further to the best black quarterback they've ever had, Vince Evans.
It's the only one.
Come on, bro. Like,
what we doing.
and
Yeah.
the fact that the black quarterback was not prevalent back in those days. I can count on one hand.
But see now, and I go back on to the history of it. You know what I mean?
Doug Williams,
Yeah.
Warren Moon,
But think of all the racism that
Randall
they
Cunningham.
faced.
and Randall Cunningham.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
over after that.
You got to be kind of crazy. No disrespect, my brother, but you got to be kind of out here to think that racism towards black quarterbacks doesn't still exist in this league.
It's a real thing.
It's not even a big thing to say about the Bears.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Because just like we was talking about the Red Sox, you know, the Bears are one of the teams that bring up the rear when it comes to like inclusiveness and diversity.
Absolutely.
Look at their quarterback history. It's all you need to know. People like,
Absolutely.
it's right there. You know what I mean? Like, so even though I think that they also have a huge problem, a problem of not knowing what a good quarterback is,
Right.
it's also hindered by
But it's
the fact
also
that they
cut
also
off.
don't like
you know what I'm
black
saying?
quarterbacks.
You have an entire segment of quarterbacks
Scope's
that are
even
cut
smaller.
off. You know what I mean? So you had no opportunities of getting in on any of, you know, the great black quarterbacks from the past 20 years. You had no chance of a Mike Vick. You had no chance of a Cam Newton, even when he was playing well and going to the Super Bowl and Pro Bowls. Like, you had no chance at any of these guys. Even going back to the Dante Culpeppers, you had no chance of these guys because the Bears weren't going to make them faces of their franchise. And so that continues to be now that we're dealing with Pat Mahomes or Deshaun Watson. It's not a thing. And so we had to address the rumor mill as it swelled when Russell Wilson said the Bears will be one of the 4 teams that I would allow myself to be traded to or whatever. But we all knew that wasn't the real thing, right? It wasn't gonna happen. And we also were kind of sure they were gonna end up with some middling journeyman who is not going to take the Bears anywhere.
Y'all were completely on point with that, like Sam Darnold. Andy Dalton.
That's where we go. Alex Smith. We was going that route with this thing.
As mid as you could possibly get.
Straight mid. Okay. Seeds,
stems,
brown.
You don't be making this thing face blowing. You like,
yeah, just harsh in your throat.
107th and Ed Brook.
You like, at least I'm at the crib. I'm public with this.
You
booth.
feel me?
Okay.
This is trash. But we understood that's what they were going to do, and they did it, man. They brought in Andy Dalton. Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think? Because I know that's the narrative right now that signals the end of the Mitch Trubisky era. Do y'all think that thing is settled? Because I'm not so sure.
Well, seeing like you said, and again, man, me and T, we've been doing this for going on 6 years. This will be our 6th year covering everything.
Yeah,
I've learned not to trust writers because I'm there. We're there.
So y'all get fed. Hey, leak this, leak that.
First of all, 95% of them people work for those teams.
Right.
They may not necessarily
Buddy,
write for the Bears, but they write for the Bears.
Right.
They know what
For
to
sure.
say, what not to say.
You can go ahead and
sure.
say, yo, they've had dinner. Their wife, they've eaten each other's wife's cooking.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
For sure.
Like they kick it.
So when we see these, the latest one. Let me step back. Ryan Pace.
Mm-hmm.
He tried. They tried. So you get kudos for trying.
Boosie say huff.
Boosie, say it again. Huff. So the Bears offered the Seattle Seahawks 3 first-round picks and 2 starters.
That's cap.
Stop it.
That's cap.
And this is coming from, who's this coming from?
This is I seen
Which
Kevin
one of them wrote that?
Fishbain.
Kevin
Fishbain?
Yeah.
Kevin Fishbain. As soon as I know who wrote the article, I know what they're going to say. So if it's Kevin Fishbain, I know what he's going to say. If it's Rick Morrissey, I know what he's going to say. You know what I'm saying? If it's Brad Biggs, I know what he's going to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what he's going to say.
Yep.
I don't really like Hub that much because I think he's racist, but I do respect his opinion.
Hub
right?
is an 80-year-old.
Yeah, he's a
guy who's seen
real
it all.
conservative dude. And he like anytime it gets outside of the lines of football, I hate everything he has to say. Within the lines, I respect his opinion. His son, Arthur Arkish.
Yep.
Boy.
Yeah, he can kick rocks.
Nepotism.
Kick rocks.
You know what I'm saying? You inherited the business. I get you. But I don't really respect your opinion on this thing all that
That
much.
is the extent of it, yes.
Yeah. That being said, though, they are floating all these stories around, and
Oh,
this
man.
means the end for this. And I think that at the end of the day, I think that Mitch is still going to be under center for the Bears week 1.
Wow.
That's what I think. I think that Andy Dalton is back. There's no way you brought Andy Dalton here to be your starter. What did they pay him?
$10 million.
They paid him $10 million?
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year with $10 million?
With $3 million in incentives.
Yeah, that's backup. You know, if he had 13, that's starter money. But they gave Mike Glenn a dub to sit down.
I just want y'all to know it's crazy how angry I've gotten just hearing the sentence Mitch like your starter. I'm just pushing the mad face.
Is that you doing that?
Yes, I had to push the mad face
wow.
on that one.
Wow.
Because the last thing, I can't take Andy Dalton is already here. Nick Foles is still here. You're going to bring Mitch back too. Please don't do it. Just don't do it, Chicago Bears.
Because Nick Foles is still here, right?
Yes.
So you're going to let these 3 average at best quarterbacks
If I had
have an open competition, and they're going to do all that goofy stuff they did with the kickers 2 years ago,
Yes.
where everybody gets even reps, and we manufacture pressure situations, and we cap. Mitch Trubisky will be under center for the Bears next year. He's going to sign the same deal that Andy Dalton just signed. 1 year, $10 million, $3 million incentives. How much are they paying Nick Foles this year?
Well, I don't.
Because what did he do? Like 2 years and what? 15 million. 2 years, 20 million. What did he do last year?
2 years, 20.
He did 2 and 20. Okay, yeah, they're gonna give him all 10 million. They're gonna put 30 million in the quarterback position this year.
30 million in the bump quarterbacks. Oh,
But how much is guaranteed for Andy or Mitch, or even Nick for that matter? None. I'm sure Nick was guaranteed his contract last year, and I'm sure that Andy's probably guaranteed half of his this year. And Mitch will probably get the same half guarantee. They're still going to end up spending $20 million on quarterbacks. One of them going to get 10. And yeah, I don't know. They'll spend about $20 million on the quarterback.
The bottom line, I feel like what the bottom line is, what you're saying, Herb, is the Bears quarterback situation is not worth our time anymore.
Tough.
I totally feel how y'all were trying to tell me during the kickback about Mitch. Like, let's not talk about it. It's like the Bears quarterback. Like, no, it's not. It is not worth our time.
It's really not.
Talking about 3 bombs.
So there's no job for Mitch?
Oh, yeah, it's a job for Mitch.
Where?
I've seen the 49ers say that they like Mitch. And,
Better than Jimmy G?
I mean, if you bring Mitch in.
Is Jimmy G gone from there?
No, he's not gone yet.
Yeah. He's
But
a free
if
agent.
you bring
ain't
him in, you don't bring in Mitch to be a starter. You bring him in to be your very good.
Now, they do like to
backup.
run all that zone read, and Mitch is more athletic than Jimmy G. That's for sure.
Yeah.
You know, he's a greater threat to run the ball than Jimmy G is, but I can't see that.
Nah, but see, I feel like Mitch has played his way into a backup role.
What's going on down in Atlanta?
Matt Ryan is still, and that's, if I had to choose a quarterback that wasn't Russell Wilson, so I'm like, give me the proven vet for real that's actually done something in his career. Give me Matt Ryan.
You got to pay Matt Ryan, though.
Yeah.
You gave Andy Dalton $10 million.
You got to pay Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan won a
3
dub
times
in the
that.
dough.
Yeah.
You gave Andy Dalton $3 million.
I think Andy.
$10 million, about $7 million more than he got last year, and he finished the season hurt.
They're
He
looking
lost
at.
his spot to a dude. I don't even know his name. Well, he didn't lose his spot. He got
Yeah,
hurt.
he got hurt.
But
They're looking at Andy Dalton as a guy who can come in and be an 8-8,
if
maybe
you're
9
looking
and
to
7.
be 8-8, G, just
Maybe
count
That's
me
the
out.
goal.
7.
Fam,
That's the
count me
ceiling
out.
right now.
Okay.
Andy Dalton will be the Bears starting quarterback week 1. Whether they move up in the draft and like I said on the soil, Herb. What camera am I looking at?
That one right there.
Hey, Ted Phillips. If you don't fire Ryan Pace in the next 5.5 weeks, and you let this guy ruin another one of our draft picks, I might have to send somebody to your front doorstep.
Herb, we got a better chance of getting Russell Wilson.
We got a better chance, man. Like they not coming to do nothing, bro. They going to camp with them 3 dudes. They're going to camp with those 3 dudes, man.
Join me at M&T Bank Stadium, Gino. Okay.
And watch Lamar Jackson run around.
It's
man.
buzzing. It's a beautiful place. Camden Yards is right next door.
I definitely need to take my talents elsewhere, man.
Oh,
Because
come on.
this is ridiculous.
I wish I
could
could
hit the harbor
man.
after that, get some crab. Come on.
Nah, that's real. I can't help myself, bro. I cannot help myself from like my allegiance to the Bears. I can't help it. I wish if I could, I would have jumped off this train a long time ago. I can't seem to get myself off of it.
I feel like that's interesting because all of my guys think I'm crazy
Yeah.
for feeling like that. But I noticed something
can't.
when I spent 5 years in Baltimore. I was like, I can cheer for this team. Like, I actually ended up being a real fan. I can't front.
No, I love the Ravens. Like, I cheer for them all the time.
It gave me a team to compare the Bears to, and I kind of started to sour on them. I'm like, gee, Ozzie Newsome is that dude, and we got to deal with the McCaskies.
It's unfortunate.
You know what I mean? They got Ray Lewis, and he embodies the Baltimore field. Ray Rice at the time,
absolutely,
Anquan Bolden,
absolutely,
and we
blue
were
collar
talking
tough
about,
guys.
Yes, Jay Cutler with 20 interceptions, 25 picks.
Unfortunate.
No playoffs. So.
It is terribly, terribly, terribly unfortunate, but it is what it is.
I do feel you though, Herb. Yeah, I mean, I'm dreading week 1 because I know I'm gonna be like, I'm
gonna watch the Bears, and not only am I gonna watch it, I'm going to convince myself come week 1.
Oh my God!
I'll have convinced myself that we're about to have a good year.
No, Herb.
I'm never in my life I've been like, you know what,
gonna have a bounce
we
back
finna be
year.
5-11. I've never gone into the Bears season like we finna be 4-12. We finna be 6-10. I'm like, no, if we do this, if we do that, if this happen, if he show up, if he don't get hurt, shit, we might can get 10-6, 9-7 at least.
And see, that's why
I'm gonna get myself to that space.
Herb.
I'm gonna get myself to that space by week 1. Now, by week 3, I may know full well better than that. But by week 1, 9-7 will be the floor for me. I'll convince myself somehow that 9-7 is the floor for this team. Happens all the time. It's ridiculous. I know. I deserve how you looking at me. I deserve it, but I'm trying to tell you that I can't help it. I'm an addict.
I'm tiptoeing. I'm like, jeez.
I'm an
I know
addict.
it's in my future.
But I've been I've been a Cubs fan my whole life. And that was terrible all the time. Lovable losers, and then we finally won one. I think
put it that way.
I got FOMO.
We put it that way.
I think that's what it is.
Okay. Yeah.
I have fear of missing out on the good Bear season. Like if I really do shut them down, and the only time I did that was right after the Colin Kaepernick thing. I shut it down for a whole year, but I didn't watch a single snap of anybody. But in terms of just shutting down the Bears and like watching somebody else completely and be like, I'm not a Bears fan, I have fear that that'll be the year they actually go crazy, and then I feel fugazi for jumping back on later. Like, you know, I'm grandfathered in. Like nah. So I think I got a fear of missing out, but I also just I can't tear myself away from it.
You know what's crazy about
Glutton for
Bears
punishment.
fans, Herb?
What?
The confidence they have that the Bears are. This is not going to be the year that the
they
Bears
know.
turn it around. It's like, gee, I'm not a Bears fan no more. They're not going to do anything.
Yeah.
It's like, oof.
You don't have to not be a fan anymore, though, bro. Just understand what it is. Cubs fans are supreme meatheads.
You just got to put it on ice. Like, what do you do?
Bears fans
You just got to endure.
are the ultimate meatheads.
Facts.
It's like we're grandfathered in, bro. We're Chicagoans.
So we good.
Can't cheer for anyone else.
Ooh, see now,
Except who we are, though.
but see now, that's where I disagree. You can't cheer
No,
for
you
somebody.
can't.
That's what I
I
told you.
wasn't
Like,
born
you do
in
have
that
a
era.
choice. You
Nope,
have a
I
choice,
was,
man.
No, you don't. I wasn't born in that era, man.
If
You gotta
you
suffer
said,
with them, bro.
Ooh, now see now.
Oh, you suffer with them.
Now that may be because I've suffered with them, and now I feel like I don't have to do this anymore.
No, you do.
And it's like
Sadiq say Bears going 10-6 this year. Facts. Cap.
And he's delusional.
You know what I'm saying?
they gonna this 10-6 and they won't make the playoffs. You know what I mean?
Hey, guys, is it Uchi Wally or is it one Mike?
Black girl paint or shorty owe you for ice.
It's one or the other. John, I'm gonna send him home real soon. I'm sorry.
I forgot it's waiting on me I see you. I'll be home soon.
I don't want to catch no strays, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I play Isley Brothers. I got work to do for her. She know what it is. I'll be late. I got work to do, babe.
Tiger, I'm trying, man. I love my two guys in here, man, but their supreme meatheadism is showing right now, man.
Listen, I admit it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're wrong. I admit it. It's absolute foolery.
He won't admit it.
I won't accept it.
What won't you accept, bro? That the Bears are trash?
I won't accept the fact that I'm going to take this again.
Oh, you're
know what
gonna
I mean?
take it.
Thank you.
You're gonna
Thank
take
you,
it.
Herb.
It's real easy, you know, late winter, early spring to be like, I ain't working with them. Go through the summer, go through training camp, preseason, find yourself in allegiance to some second or third round pick. Like, oh, he might be this, he might be that. They gonna sign a free agent that you like, you know, whatever.
I'm having flashbacks.
They
of you
just really it.
Yo,
Just really it.
12-year-old T, 13-year-old T.
I'm telling you, G.
The Bears select Michael Haynes. The Bears select David Terrell.
Charged about it.
Come on.
Charged about it.
Just as long as I can remember. Just
Mark Colombo is going to be the best right tackle in the league for the next 12
Number
years.
75. And then
Big facts.
we had to watch him kill on the Cowboys.
Yes.
Kyle Long will be back.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't really want to.
Anthony Thomas, the A-Train. Cedric Benson, RIP.
Have they signed Kyle Long?
No, but he said he'll be back.
Yeah, and if he come back to the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can appreciate him for depth purposes, but I actually like the interior of the offensive line right now. If James Dames is healthy, Cody Whitehair is solid as they come, and that Mustafa kid showed me a lot when he had to step up and play last year. So if the Bears go into the season with that as the three interior spots on their O-line, I'm cool with that. And I'm cool with Kyle Long being, the swing interior guy if he needs to come in and play one of those guard spots. It's the tackles that I'm concerned about. Charles Leno, consistent, average. I can deal with it, right? I'm not mad at Charles Leno. He's not great. He's never going to be great, but he shows up every single week. I don't know if he's missed a game in his career. And he gives you solid play, just solid.
They re-signed to Fetty.
Maybe you kick him back out to right tackle. That's what he played in Seattle, right? We'll see.
UPS is hiring, guys.
UPS is hiring.
They
Brown do for
re-signed
you?
Fetty.
They
Like,
re-signed
That's
to Fetty.
that's our good news. It's tough.
What
All
can
right,
Brown do for you?
that's what I wanted to touch on with y'all with the Bears,
F
man.
around and find out.
Yeah, right. That's one thing I want to touch on with y'all with the Bears. The other thing I wanted to touch on with y'all real quick is the NCAA tournament. Kicks off tomorrow with the play-in games. Full disclosure, I haven't watched a single college basketball game in this entirety this year until the Big Ten championship.
Okay.
And I watched that a day late. So I just wanted to watch this Illinois team that I've been hearing about. I wanted to see how well they're playing, and they do look good.
What is Michael Jackson? You are not alone. You're
Right.
not alone.
You know what I'm saying? Coburn, K-Still, I feel you on that Leno ain't solid, but he's serviceable. And he's league average at left tackle. He's going to get his ass kicked, by some pass rushers, but he's going to hold his own against some too. And more importantly, he's going to always be there. Yeah, availability is the greatest ability in the National Football League.
Agreed.
The NCAA tournament, the Illinois, right? Fighting the lineup. This Coburn kid, and I don't know who changed his name to Coburn because they just didn't want to call him Cockburn.
Thank you, Herb. You don't understand how happy I am. You said
Like that's
that.
cap. Like
It's Cockburn.
I hadn't seen the kid. I hadn't seen his name. I didn't know what he looked like until literally a couple of days ago. Then I saw his name, and his name is clearly Cockburn. Now I understand why y'all wouldn't want on a national scale to go around saying Cockburn all game long when he's dropping 30 and 15 on people, right? But to Coburn.
Yeah, can you guys think of another word where the CK is silent?
No.
At all. Not the CK. Maybe the
C-O-C-K
It will
B-U-R-N.
It will always
That boy's name is Cockburn. Okay? I was like, Coburn? What are we?
They like Kofi.
It's Jamaican.
It's Jamaican? Yeah, okay, cool.
It's Jamaican.
Jerk Cockburn. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly. It's still Cockburn. It's even a stronger K.
right, you know what I'm saying?
If
It's
Jamaican.
spicier now.
Cockburn.
Cockburn. Like, Cokeburn, maybe. Like Coburn? Come on, man. Come on, man.
I was wondering,
His
Herb,
name is Cockburn.
if he was like, you ain't got to say Cockburn. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You
like
can say Cock.
at somewhere as he began to ascend, they realized this is going to be a famous individual. They're like, we cannot just keep saying Cockburn.
It's
over
on the
it.
back of your
even like in
jersey,
high
kid.
school, right? Whoever's broadcasting the high school games, whatever. Like you can't just be saying Cockburn all day. Right. And so they just switched to Coburn. But the whole time I was irritated. I'm like, because I don't like when people think I'm stupid. You know what I'm saying? I feel personally offended by y'all steady saying Coburn. I'm like, what? And then Grant Hill, I always thought he was kind of intelligent. Not so sure anymore.
What was G Hill on?
Nothing in particular, nothing I can really put my finger on, but just as I watched the broadcast and heard him kind of go through his thing, I'm just like, yeah.
I hear you.
Man, spent 10 years just in the crib with a bad knee injury and $100 million and Tamia. Like, he ain't doing nothing. He ain't reading. He just in there with Tamia making $100 million. I'm not mad at him. Great life, but I'm like, damn, for some reason I thought Grant Hill was kind of smart. I don't know why that is.
Because he went to Duke, of course.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
He just seemed like one of those athletes. I was like, but yeah,
You know,
I was listening to him like, Grant,
I agree.
I don't know that you got it like that, my brother. But
I agree.
Anyway, tournament kicks off, and Io he's as advertised.
yes, sir.
Or better. Like, he can ball. And he didn't even have a really good game, the game that I watched. But I don't need to read your stat sheet to tell me whether or not you nice. Like, I can just watch the game, and you can miss all those shots, and I'll be like, he's cold as hell. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it that way. But he is as advertised. That dude is legit.
Now, Me and Jaden have covered him since he was at Morgan Park.
Yeah.
And he's just been one of those cats that just grow every single year. Like
Yeah.
every single year he comes back better.
Yeah.
With something more polished, a different, a different arsenal, a different piece of weapon in his bag.
Yeah.
And now he's at the top of the mountain when it comes to college basketball. I have to, point out this man called it. You know what I mean? He went back on the mission, and he's at a point where he's accomplishing those goals.
First team All-American, number 1 seed, one of the favorites to win a national championship this year, if not the favorite to win a national championship. Is that Gonzaga team legit?
Gonzaga's legit. That 26-0 is real. I've seen them play about 10 times this year. They blow teams out of the water. The last couple games, tournament play is different.
Yeah, tournament play is different because who was it? Was it like Loyola Marymount or something that gave him a little goal in that final? It was somebody. It might not have been Loyola Marymount. I could have just pulled that school.
In the tournament?
Yeah, in the conference final.
Oh, it was the team they play every year. It's only those two teams. I don't know if it was St. Mary's or whoever it was.
Yeah, I think it was St. Mary's.
That's what it comes down to. We played each other a couple times. We get to make the adjustment.
It's hard to be the team 3 times anyway.
Yeah, and Gonzaga, they were clearly the better team, but
but they pulled it out.
Yeah, you play down to the level of your competition, see brighter days. They were gonna make the tournament anyway. They didn't necessarily have to win their conference tournament to make the tournament, but that NCAA tournament is different, man. It's hard, so they got to win 6 more.
Like you said, you get caught slipping one night.
One night, it's
going
over.
Home, G.
Because them other teams are thirsty. Now, 1-16, it's not really.
Finally happened.
Don't do that.
Finally happened once.
It did happen.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Once.
It's not going to happen.
Nah.
So I'm looking at Gonzaga. I'm looking at Baylor. I'm looking at Illinois. There are a few teams out there that I think could take it all.
Ohio State.
State, Michigan. There's a few teams out there that have played very good basketball this year, but sticking to Illinois, Io is obviously the man. Did the right thing coming back, like T said, adding to his bag.
Coburn is a problem down there.
I was going to say the keys to Illinois.
No.
Right.
Right. But the keys to them taking it all away, Kofi Coburn, he has to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah.
7 feet, 285 pounds.
And he moves like to be his size. He moves with it. Like
he moves with it, but you have to also show love to those guards.
Mandatory.
Because a lot of those, I just like the way
Frazier's the glue from what I watched. In one game, he seems like the guy that holds that thing together.
He's been there 4 years. He was there when they were
He
terrible.
definitely got those seniors.
Is he related to Chester Frazier?
That's a good question.
Just curious. They wear the same number, play the same position.
That's a good question.
Similar build.
That's a good question. But that's what I was getting to. Kofi Coburn, obviously the big man. I like the style of basketball Illinois plays. They don't, a lot of these teams, they've kind of inherited this pro style. I think Illinois does a great job of still playing a good balance of college basketball, inside out. Adam Miller, Trent Frazier, Ayo Dosunmu, all of those guys, they do a great job of feeding Kofi down there, but also he does a great job of demanding his space, not going too far outside of where he dominates. And I think that's the key. But I do think Trent Frazier is the key to them in the long run. Defensively,
Clutch
lockdown defender, can knock it down with the best of them.
Makes the right play.
Makes the right play. And just that senior leadership. You need that guy who's been through it all to kind of hold everything together when things ain't going.
They also get great leadership from that other guard, the light-skinned, funny-looking kid,
Andre Cabello.
He can ball. I like his game a lot. I like the flair that he plays with. He plays with a great energy, but he's also a great leader on the court. You see him go to guys, pick up guys' chin, tap guys on the head. That type of thing. He's his energy is infectious. He's confident. And he gives you everything you got. I like him too.
And see, that's why I kind of lean towards the teams with that kind of special kind of chemistry when it comes to the tournament, man. Those tough moments, can you trust your guy to get the job done? And I like that Illinois pulled it out versus a tough Ohio State team. It makes me feel like
that Washington, that Dwayne Washington.
Oh man.
Oh, I thought he was gonna pull it out. He gave them people like a 34 pack.
Yeah, he can ball for real.
But like you guys said, Cabello coming down the stretch, I think it was key for Brad Underwood. Let's give Brad Underwood some credit too.
Sure.
Because remember, T, when he got hired, we wasn't too high on Brad Underwood.
I feel like even in the last game, he still kind of does some things. It's like, okay, coach, relax.
But I want to give him credit for, like Herb was talking about Cabello early on in the season when you watched Illinois. He was out of control. He's a New York kid, so he plays. He has a natural flair to his game.
Exactly.
Those New York kids, how they play. So give credit to Brad Underwood for kind of for taming him, not necessarily stripping his
Right.
game away, but
Right.
kind of taming him, letting him play.
Pick your spots though.
Pick your
up
spots.
coaching 'em.
You'll grow. You'll know what you can and can't get away with. in this
Situational
league.
basketball.
Yeah, because down the stretch, we're going to need you. Like you said, a freshman being able to pick guys' heads up
Yeah.
and be the
Yeah.
leader for that second string. But
Yeah.
like we always say, it's not about who starts. It's about
Who finishes.
And having him on the floor with Io, sometimes you don't want Io with the ball. You want him to be able to come
Yeah,
off the ball
exactly.
and make plays. So
That's
gotta
low key when he
gotta be
one of the
clutch.
ways he's at his best.
Yeah,
Gotta be clutch
Corbello was
for them.
good, man. He hit that. He made that big play. Then he came off the screen. Then he dribbled back right in the lane, right at about 15 feet on the right side of the lane.
Knocked it
Just hit
down.
that big bucket. He's a good ball player. I think they got everything they need, man. They got inside, they got outside. Like you said, they played the right way. They play inside out. But then once they get outside, they have the talent and ability to beat you from outside. Where all those guys can penetrate and get to the cup as well. They got a good second string that can come in and contribute. They play well together. The entire game, the bench was fully
Oh, they
engaged.
crazy.
Players,
They crazy.
coaches, fully engaged the entire time. It get tight. They all standing arm to arm. They got their arms
We
around
up.
each other.
We
like
up.
they in it with each other, and I think that is also a recipe for success in the tournament. So looking forward to things from Illinois. Gonzaga is legit, and Illinois will they have to see each other in the semifinal, or will they only see each other in the final?
Only
I think
in the
they're
final.
only in the finals. Gonzaga is.
They will see Michigan, or
Yeah.
Illinois see Michigan.
I think Illinois will see Michigan there.
Who's the other number one?
Baylor, Gonzaga.
Baylor. Okay. Shout out to Scott Drew, man. Scott Drew is somebody I know well. My brother played for him at Valpo
Yeah.
after Homer retired. I like Scott Drew a lot, man. I like his staff, and Baylor will make some noise.
They're tough.
We'll see.
They're tough.
Yeah. If Illinois wasn't balling like this, and I didn't like just watch them and like, oh, I like them kids, I would probably root for Baylor just because, like I said, I know Scott. But I think that, I'll definitely be pulling for Illinois. I think they got a chance. I think they got as good a chance as anybody of pulling it out, man.
100%. What's interesting is that second round matchup, though.
Is that Loyola?
Yes,
Why is that
sir.
interesting? Why y'all don't think they're gonna mop them?
I don't think they're not gonna mop Loyola.
Okay.
On a neutral court.
They're not
Yeah,
gonna
I
mop
mean-
Loyola.
Who's the star out at Loyola right now?
Cam Crutwig. He was third team All-American.
Third team All American
Third
at
team.
Loyola.
Yes.
He from here?
Yes.
Where you go?
No, he's not from here.
Okay.
He's from Illinois somewhere.
They got a
But,
couple kids from the crib though, right?
I got
Lucas
Lucas
is still
Williamson.
over there
He
from
was
Whitney
he
Young.
was our
Okay.
Lucas
Right,
Williamson
right,
should have been a
right,
Dolphin.
right,
He
right.
was he was our big. Was he our
I know
first
they got a
player?
kid. I know they got
Second.
a kid from the crib, but it's him, right?
Lucas Williamson. He's
Yeah, I
a
guess
senior.
he was our first. Yeah, we presented him. Yeah,
Yeah,
was.
he's a senior. Cam Crutwig, he's a senior. He was on that first team. He was a freshman on the Loyola team
Okay.
that went to the 4.
Okay.
So having that
And
experience.
that was that long ago?
Yeah, 4 years.
Because it's been 2 years since then, or whatever. Okay, cool.
Can they get past Georgia Tech though?
They should beat Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech Georgia Tech. They have a little point guard from New York City. I watched them beat Duke. He'll be tough, but I think the structure that Loyola plays with Porter, Porter has those guys on point at all times. What they won't do is beat themselves. If a better team comes along, which Illinois is a better
Then
team,
so be it.
the talent, but
I've seen people say that he should get that DePaul job.
he doesn't want that.
Who?
I wouldn't want
Mosier?
that. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want that if I'm Porter.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, listen, I commend that dude heavily for staying at Loyola.
Yeah.
Like you hear coaches give the same speech all the time.
He was getting pulled.
Here is
yeah.
where I want to be. This is where I want to be. I'm going to build it here. Kansas is calling him out, fam. And Kansas didn't call him, but a lot of bigger schools with higher profile and more resources than Loyola called him, and he stayed. And I respect that a whole lot from coaches to do that. So I'm a fan of Porter Moser just for that, if nothing else. Plus, he's a good coach, and they playing good ball. We'll see.
Very good coach.
Any other sleepers y'all got, man, that could pop up in the tournament and make some noise?
Where are the Chicago connections? I probably got to dive into my bracketology tonight because I'll be solely looking for the Chicago ties, and I stick with them until they're all the way exhausted. You know, so I'm probably gonna ride with Illinois
Until it ain't no Chicago
And if it ain't
ties left.
Illinois, Loyola, and
Juwan at Michigan.
Exactly, Michigan. I'm hoping that's the Final Four. You get Illinois and that Michigan matchup, which I thought we were going to get in the Big Ten tournament. So I'm still waiting on that.
Don't sleep on Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State?
Cade Cunningham, the number 1 pick of the 2021 draft.
Wow.
They were an afterthought. He came in and changed that whole demonstration around. He could possibly, this is where stars are born.
That dude,
The
nice.
NCAA tournament is where stars are born.
Facts.
Cade is a star already.
Facts.
But now,
See Steph Curry.
so.
Yeah.
But yeah, Illinois, I just
Or-
want to see
or-
Illinois and Loyola. I want to see Illinois versus Loyola. I want to see.
Sunday for you. You'll get
That would be Sunday?
Yeah, that would be Sunday. They both move on.
Don't sleep on Loyola.
So they play Friday and then they would play again.
But
Sunday.
they got to win. They both have to win.
Well, if Illinois go down to the 16 seed, then that's their fault. Go back home, fam. IO to the league.
iOS to the league. Kofi's to the league.
Yeah, Coburn should be to the league too.
Oh, yeah.
Like, don't play no games, man. Y'all did everything I need to do here. Whether y'all win a chip or not.
Then check every box.
Yeah.
Oh, Io got his jersey on senior day. He's a junior.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was a part of senior day.
Really?
Yes.
See, I was confused about that. I'm like,
Oh, that was self-explanatory. It was a day because he remember the game before he broke his nose. So that game he sat out, but he was a part of senior day.
So
He's a
Underwood had already told him, like, you've done enough. It's time to go.
He had declared for the
He
draft.
declared
right?
last year, but
Then
since
he
there
pulled
was no
out?
tournament. Yeah, he decided to come back.
Wow. Got a jersey on senior night as a junior. Wow.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
That's
look,
interesting.
Io's
I'm-
a senior.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
First player in U of I history to be first team All American.
I also don't think I would do that if I was a coach.
Give him the senior treatment.
Yeah, I just wouldn't do it. And I respect and salute everything.
Understandable.
Even if I called him office and said, "Listen, Io, appreciate everything you've done here. You've reached the highest you can reach here. We have nothing left to offer you. After this season is over, we're gonna go win the championship, and then you need to go to the league, son. Right? So start getting all your affairs in order. Start cutting off what you need to cut off. Stop going to these certain places. Start going to those certain places. As of now, I want you to think as though you are an NBA player. Right? But you ain't getting no senior treat. That's for the seniors.
That's
man.
exactly. That's a privilege if you stay 4 years.
Yeah, that's not cool. What about the last little white boy on the bench who been here
Oh, he got
7
his.
years?
Oh,
You know what
he
I'm
got
saying? Like,
his too.
don't do that. Oh yeah.
So he got his too.
Oh, he got his too, and they brought Io out last.
Wow.
So he got
Y'all let him
these
steal the
sen-
show
he
on
got
senior
these
on senior
seniors.
night.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not for that. I'm not for that.
Now is he graduating? Like what's
Yeah, he's graduating to
Yeah.
the NBA.
Yeah, I'm graduating.
To a bag.
I came here to study basketball.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
graduating from basketball.
Yeah.
It goes to the next level of
to
basketball.
a bag in a jersey?
Yeah, that's it. All right, so you got OK State. You say you riding with any Chicago ties until they're all exhausted. I can't give y'all a sleeper because I honestly just haven't been paying that much attention to it. But I'm rooting for Illinois.
The last place you visited. Pick whatever team is represented from there. You feel me?
What was I? I was in LA. Y'all told me that UCLA and
That's
Yeah,
the
the
play-in
play-in,
game
right?
tomorrow. UCLA and Michigan State.
UCLA and Michigan State is in the playing game. That's
Goddamn.
surprising.
Yeah, that's
Damn time.
crazy.
Michigan
Those are
State,
two of the most
That's a sweet
rich
16.
history
Yeah,
basketball
that's a
programs
sweet
ever.
16
But Michigan
matchup.
State was not even on the map. They were so terrible that the first half of the season.
Yeah.
Tom Izzo brought those guys.
Tom Izzo is one of the best coaches to ever do it. You can
Brought him
say
back.
whatever you want about him.
Not in Lansing, Michigan.
He's very rarely had, in my opinion, like even when they've won chips, he's very rarely had the most talented roster.
No doubt.
Like even Mateen and Mo Pete and them. Like, I didn't think that they was none of them was cold.
No doubt.
Not like they were.
Not cold,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
I
You
know
know what I
what you're
mean?
saying,
So
It's the buy-in, man.
Izzo gets the
Buy-in.
absolute most out of his staff.
Yep.
I mean, out of his players every time. Shout out to Dwayne Stevens, his assistant, longtime assistant from there too. He was at Marquette when I was around there.
No Duke,
Master
and no Kentucky.
recruiter.
No
No Duke,
Kentucky.
no Kentucky. Where's Kansas at? Are they like a 4 seed, 5 seed, something like
Where's
that?
Bill Self coaching?
He's not their coach?
I must have seen him talking about Kansas this morning. 'cause
Yeah,
I
Bill
saw
Self is still a coach at
Okay.
Kansas. I'm not sure where.
Shout out to
where
Jarence
they're
Howard.
seated. Oh, ooh. Yeah, shout out Jarence.
Yeah. I don't know what that was going, but we'll leave it at shout out Jarence.
Rick Pitino has taken his 5th team to the
Rick-
NCAA tournament.
Rick Pitino took Iona to
Iona.
the tournament. And if they win, right, what's the storyline there?
He will face the team who he faced in his first
At
appearance.
Providence, when he was at Providence.
Billy Donovan
With
was
Billy
his starting
Donovan.
guard. Yes, they played the Oklahoma
I
Sun.
heard you talking about how much affinity Billy Donovan has for Rick Pitino, calls him his greatest influence outside of his
mom and
parents.
dad, yep.
Yep. Okay. Rick Pitino, another team to the tournament at Iona. What seed are they? Like 12 or something like
I
that?
think they are 12. Maybe a 13, but I'm thinking it's a 12 versus 5.
Any chance of them making some noise?
There is. There, that's upset city right there. 3 and 13 through all the way 8 and 9. I feel like 8 and 9 is
Yeah,
usually
8 9 is
even.
a toss-up thing.
10 and 7 is usually even.
Yeah,
if you
10
look
and
at
7.
the records, but then
Then you get into that 6
that 12 and
11,
4,
5
all
12.
of those, that's
Neck and
upset
neck.
central, brother.
That
So,
4-13 is usually
Oh.
one of them go down.
ooh-wee, I stay away from those. I'm staying away from those in my DraftKings this week.
Yes, sir.
Y'all heard it from the bigs, man. They telling y'all their analysis as only they can, brothers. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all for taking some time and chopping it up with me and get me straight on the Bears, but also let me talk with y'all through this on the Bears thing, but also getting me straight on the tournament because I am ignorant as to the 2021 basketball season in college so far. But the tournament is absolutely one of the can't miss events on the sports calendar year. And so even if you haven't been in tune, get in tune. Get in tune, stupid. And watch the tournament this week. Kicks off tomorrow with the play-in games, and then the first round will be Friday and Saturday, and then the second round will be Sunday and Monday then?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a new format.
Yeah,
okay.
The play-in games will usually be the day, then the weekend would be Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Right.
Sunday, but they just moved it.
Moved it back a day?
Yep.
All right, cool. Well, I appreciate y'all, man. Definitely will be looking forward to y'all's analysis of the play-in games from tomorrow when y'all touch back down on the soil on Friday, and maybe a couple of the games might have been started,
hopefully
right?
some games are busting while we're on air.
Yeah, they probably being started
they
around
start
11 or
11,
12 or something.
Yeah, we need those early afternoon games.
Nothing like it, man.
All day, all the way through midnight, 1 o'clock.
Nothing like it, bro.
We need that.
Looking forward to everything y'all got to say throughout the entirety of March Madness. Y'all make sure y'all stay in tune with the Bigs Touchdown on the Soil each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. right here in What's In It for the Black People Media. He is Terrence Tomlin. He is Eugene McIntosh. Brothers, I appreciate the time. I will be back. My name is Herb. We'll be back. A lot of things we want to get into here on I Said What I Said. We'll have those discussions and more on the other side of this break. This is I Said What I Said. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBPM. Sissy's Taco Bar Pop-Up is back with more hours and more days. Check them out at their new pop-up location at the Woodlawn, located 1200 East 79th Street. Sissy's Taco Bar offers authentic street tacos infused with international soul. Now every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the Woodlawn from 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. New vegan tacos have been added to the menu too. Visit sissytacobar.com for more info.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't on the What's In It for the Black People Media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing. So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends, and then being in love or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're gonna survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end, years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision, and he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done. Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me like that, he was so disconnected from me by the point when I decided to leave that he didn't see the writing on the wall. Wow. He just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her. Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan. And that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating a plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself that you may be able to actually forgive others.
I, Emmanuel Chris Welch,
do solemnly swear
that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois.
I ain't gonna hold the fact that he's an alpha against him. I'm not gonna hold the fact he came on my show with this Northwestern, but we made Black history. The Illinois Speaker of the House, Mr. Emmanuel Chris Welch. Mr. Speaker, welcome to to What's in It for the Black People Media. How are you today, and how does it feel to be one of the most powerful men in the state of Illinois?
I couldn't miss this opportunity to come on your show and talk about this historic moment. I've recognized exactly what this means for our people. And it was Black people uniting. Women in our caucus kicked the door down. They kicked it down, but Black people united and walked right through the door. In my governing, I think it's realistic for people to expect us to continue to pursue some important legislation that's going to impact Black communities, because that's been my entire career. I look at things through an equity lens, a racial lens, specifically a Black lens. And now that we're ahead of the table, we're going to make sure that our communities receive the much needed resources that they need.
How do we actually get to participate now?
People may doubt what you say, but they believe what you do. And I'm in a position for the first time in the history of this state to help our community. And I want you to take a look at my actions and over the course of the next few months and see the answer to that very question. Want to see what's in it for the Black people? Watch my actions. I must thank 22 strong people for insisting that happened. Please acknowledge, respect, and thank the members of the Illinois House Black Caucus. Let's give them a round of applause.
Trying to scrape up pack money. I was driving 80 stack trucks off rap money. I'm back money. If you want it, come to the hundreds and ask for me. Meet them OGs that are blast for me. I'm right here. Ill Adidas, $400 jeans on me. Itchy with no safety, a loaded magazine on me. Southside, that's as wild as it gets. And no, I never sold crack. That's some house nigga shit. I'm not judging, but every man that's a man gotta stand by his principles, and I'm not budging. That's Mickey. You can take it how you want, but you can never be me. You can fake it how you want. I spit that uncut raw. You can bake it how you want. Break it down any way you like, you get the same result. Get in tune. The elephant in the room has now assumed pole position. Whoa. BJ, get him. Come on.
Reporting live from the gutter where that butter get gorillas jobs. That's why we call it work. The same work will get a nigga robbed. I throw my dice against the concrete. If the bitches pass, see you later. Grab my paper, tell her later, kiss my ass. This the jungle, baby, I'm a lion. Try me, I'll be firing. The same banger saved Private Ryan. You the prey, you survive and hide. Better pray that them vultures and them rovers don't go flying by him. The mother niggas just so-so. How in the birth a nigga this hot in the cold go? I went from 20-inch assassins on that Osmo to the pretty 760 sitting low on them bozos. Those are big shoes, you motherfuckers is so slow. Get caught without your heat in these streets is a no-no. Baby need Pampers, daddy need that photo. It's bread or nothing, big old niggas, you see the logo.
Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Scooter.
Look, I don't see a nigga alive. And if a nigga claim he better, then that nigga done lied. And if some niggas jump chose, bet them niggas done died. You can always spot a cobra by the look in his eyes. You look at his click, check out his bitch, look at his guys. Cause 9 times out of 10, all that tough shit be just a disguise. And that does it. I got the chrome Mac in a black luggage. Cause money ain't the root of evil, Jack is the lack of it. I stay different. I move around like y'all hate women. I'm starting to think this whole industry full of gay bitches. No checkers, it's a chess game. Catch me in the next lane. Fly nigga, bunch of ice on me like my chest frame. All money's pocketed that, like a homage rocket attack. Explode profit and jacks for your moccasins black. Acknowledging that he resides. These scriptures is heathenized. Y'all couldn't paint the pictures that he provide. Eagle eyes, eagle eye on the beef out. Either scream peace or pull your piece out. The flow will knock your teeth out. From out west where we never put our rags down, nigga. If I ain't the best, most likely it's that rag town, nigga.
That's me. All I can see on this beat. Whoa. Hey, haters, keep hating. Y'all inspire me. Chicago, West Side, South Side, North Pole, East Side. Stick your chest out.
What is happening, family? We are back and live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. My name is Howard. I am flying solo this afternoon here on I Said What I Said. Shout out to my good brother Toussaint Werner, who is unable to be in the studio here with me today, but it's cool. I'm with y'all, so I'm straight. It's all that really matters. Appreciate the Bigs for staying and doing a little overtime with me today. They had an opportunity to chop it up with them, talk a little bit of sports. A couple things going on with the Bears I wanted to get into, and also I wanted to get set for the tournament because I haven't been following college basketball that much this year. So I wanted the Bigs to put me on to what's been happening in the world of college basketball as we get set for March Madness here this year. So I really appreciate Gino and Terrence for taking some time out of their schedule to chop it up with me. Truly appreciate that. And the brothers didn't have to do it, but I'm glad that they did. And I enjoyed it as always. Always a good time to chop it up with them. So truly appreciate them for that. Appreciate y'all for being here. Whether you are watching on Facebook, watching on YouTube, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you all. Thank you all so much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. As always, your input is valued. It's appreciated. So appreciate y'all for being here and rocking out with me. A few things I want to get into today. If you had an opportunity to catch I Said What I Said on Monday, Toussaint mentioned a story about attacks on Asian Americans increasing over the past year. My response was, not so in the sense of so what they're being attacked, right? I don't want anybody to be attacked, but so in the sense of nobody ever says, oh, there's an increase in attack on black people. We get attacked so much that nobody would even know if there was an increase in attacks on black people. That being said, I may have spoke too soon because 8 people were shot to death, all right? 6 of them Asian women down in Atlanta in what to this point is not being called a hate crime, but when you have, 6 people from a particular race being shot dead by someone from a different race, I shouldn't have to tell you what race the person was who shot them, but I will. It was a white man. Then obviously you start to think that race plays a factor. Now, everybody from Mayor Keisha Bottoms in Atlanta to the police chief to Vice President Kamala Harris are stopping short of calling this a hate crime. They're saying that it's too early in the process. They don't have enough information to determine that this was indeed a hate crime. The shooter, who has now been arrested, is claiming that what he actually has is a sexual addiction. And that comes into play because the places in which he went into to commit these shootings and murder these people were all massage parlors. And stereotype or not, right? There is a belief that massage parlors in that community can also be associated with some sexual activity.
Because you get a happy ending at the end.
That is the understanding there, brother. That is the understanding. And so I'm going to read the article to y'all, and then we'll discuss it. I want to know you guys' opinion on it. I want to know how you guys feel about it in terms of, one, the increase in attacks on Asian Americans, what that means, right? What that means not only for them, but also in comparison to what that looks like for us, but also, just how these things tend to play out. And so I'll read the article, and another prominent character in this story is none other than former President Donald Trump. He is being cited as someone who is inciting a lot of this violence against Asian Americans because of his rhetoric throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, in which he consistently referred to the virus as the China virus or Kung flu and some other names that he continually chose to call this particular virus, even though the CDC and World Health Organizations warned him not to do that because of this very thing, saying that it would make targets out of some of those people. So with that being said, I'll read you the article and you guys can kind of decide for yourself. It says, first of all, this article comes from Rachel Ramirez, who writes for Vox. It says 8 people were killed in shootings at 3 businesses in the Atlanta area on Tuesday. 6 of the 8 victims were Asian women, authorities say. The attacks began around 5 p.m. Tuesday afternoon Atlanta police officers first responded to a crime scene at Young's Asian Massage, where 4 people were killed in Cherokee County, just north of Atlanta. The victims were Delana Ashley Young, Paul Andrew Michaels, Xiaoji Tan, Dayu Fang, according to police. A 5th person, Elcius R. Hernandez Ortiz, one of these things is not like the others, sustained non-life-threatening injuries. About 45 minutes later, 4 more people were killed at 2 other businesses, Aromatherapy Spa and Gold Spa, just across the street from each other. While the names of the victims at those locations have not yet been released, all 4 of them were of Korean descent. South Korea's foreign ministry officials said in a statement, though their nationalities have yet to be verified. In Cherokee County, authorities arrested the suspect, a 21-year-old male named Robert Aaron Long, on the side of Interstate 75, roughly 150 miles south of Georgia, Tuesday night after a police chase. Long, who officers believe was heading to Florida to commit similar crimes prior to the arrest, has been charged with 8 counts of murder and homicide and 1 count of aggravated assault. Officials are still investigating possible motives for the shooting. Federal agents are joining local authorities to investigate the shootings, and many officials remain wary about pointing to any motives. Again, they're not quite ready to call this a hate crime. An official says, and this is Mayor Keisha Bottoms, she says, a motive is still not clear, but a crime against any community is a crime against us all, Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms said in a statement Wednesday. I have remained in close contact with the White House and Atlanta Police Department as they work with federal, state, and local partners to investigate the suspect who is responsible for this senseless violence in our city. President Joe Biden on Wednesday said that he is very concerned about the Atlanta shootings, adding that he's been speaking out about the very troubling anti-Asian violence in recent months. I'm making no connection at this moment to the motivation of the killer, Biden said. I'm waiting for an answer as the investigation proceeds from the FBI and from the Justice Department. I'll have more to say when the investigation is completed. Motives remain unclear, but advocacy groups point to a rise in anti-Asian hate. While Atlanta officials say it is still too early to know what motivated the shootings, Tuesday's attacks sparked outrage and sorrow among advocacy groups across the country, particularly Asians, as they continue to face a growing number of pandemic-related anti-Asian hate incidents. At a press conference Wednesday morning, Cherokee County Sheriff's Captain Jay Baker said the suspect indicated in police interviews that he targeted the locations because he was angry at the porn industry and saw the businesses as something he wanted to eliminate. Officials also said the suspect claimed that he had a sexual addiction and that the shooting was not racially motivated. Apparently, from APD law enforcement, these are the words of the suspect who has been apprehended in this case. The Atlanta police chief said it was too early in this investigation to determine the shooting a hate crime, even though we made an arrest. But many advocates said it is impossible to divorce race from misogynist crimes and the disproportionately impacted Asians. Many of the victims are Asian. These murders occurred at a time when anti-Asian violence has been spiking, Representative Ted Lieu, a Democrat from California, tweeted in response to the attacks. All officials should do their part to condemn violence and not inflame further discrimination. On Wednesday, Representative Judy Chu, also a Democrat from California, called out former President Donald Trump for spurring anti-Asian sentiment and violence with his racist name for the virus. President Trump clearly stoked the flames of xenophobia against AAPIs with his rhetoric. She said at a news conference, the CDC and the World Health Organization said we should all use the official term COVID-19 in order to make sure this disease is not associated with a particular geographical location or ethnicity due to the stigma it causes. And President Trump refused to acknowledge that and instead used the terms China virus, Wuhan virus, and Kung flu. On Tuesday, Stop AAPI Hate, an organization that has been tracking anti-Asian violence reports, also released its latest report that nearly 3,800 incidents had been reported since March of 2020. So in the last year, 3,800 incidents of Asians being attacked have been reported. Again, you guys compare and contrast that to how many black people are attacked on a yearly basis, but I'll continue with the story. The report also shows that a disproportionate number of anti-Asian attacks were directed at women who reported hate incidents twice as often as men. Since the shootings took place at the spas, Atlanta police said they have dispatched officers to similar businesses. Baker said homicides are rare for the area, adding that the county had only one homicide in 2020. The incidents also stoked responses from places like New York City, which deployed counterterrorism officers to Asian communities for caution. So you have other major cities that are now taking precautionary measures to ensure the safety of Asian businesses and Asian civilians as well. Let me be very, very clear here, right? Everyone deserves to be protected. I am in no way saying that it's that I think it's okay or I think it's laughable or anything like that Asians are being attacked. I'm merely saying that I've never in my life ever seen a report that says attacks on African Americans are on the rise. Never seen it. We get attacked too much for anybody to even notice that attacks would be on the rise. Certainly more than 3,800 times over the course of an entire year, right? In the entire country, okay? So that is the premise for how I approach this conversation on Monday, and I'm not really backing off of that approach here on Wednesday. But obviously on Tuesday, 6 of these people were murdered. And while law enforcement officials, government officials, the president, the vice president, the mayor of Atlanta may not yet be ready to say that these were racially motivated killings, I think it'd be hard to say otherwise, right? He's mad at the porn industry, and so he drives to Asian businesses, 3 separate Asian businesses, to extract some revenge on the porn industry.
We know what he was searching for, his porn.
You know what I'm saying? He's straight Asian porn. That's it. That's all he was on. But I don't believe that, right? And so if he said it, I don't believe it.
Because he's white, right?
Yeah, come on.
All white guys watch black porn.
Clearly. Clearly. Cuckold. Let me stop. But, I think that, it's hard to look at these particular incidents and say that they weren't racially motivated. If he had an attack on the porn industry, why he didn't go to like Silicon Valley or something? You know what I'm saying? Why not show up at these places and commit these types of assaults? He went to Asian businesses for a particular reason. And I can certainly see the dots that the representatives in California are trying to make to Donald Trump and saying, hey, we told you, not we told you, the CDC and the World Health Organization told you to stop using that kind of rhetoric because it would make these people targets. You know how Donald Trump's people respond to him. They run in the Capitol if he tells them to. They stand down and stand by if he tells them to. And if he tells them that Asians are responsible for an international pandemic, which costs millions of people their lives, internationally, their lives, and even more people their livelihoods and their way of living, yeah, I can see those people, getting their guns and responding to Donald Trump's rhetoric. That's just, but he understands that too, which is why he uses Twitter the way he has, which is why he was so upset when they restricted him from being able to use Twitter. He understands the power that his voice has. He understands how his dog whistles work to his little minions. And in my estimation, this is just another example of it. Like you're not gonna get me to believe that this was about porn. Like I don't even understand the art. I don't even understand what the issue here is, right? Like you're addicted to porn, okay, got it. Self-proclaimed sex addict, okay, got it. Go kill 8 Asian people. I don't have that one. I don't have that. And then you had the one Latino brother who was in there. I'm guessing he was just in there getting him a rub down in the happy ending, because as soon as I'm reading the names, I get to his name. I'm like, this is not like the rest of these names. This is different. Okay, I don't know where Brother Ortiz Hernandez came in here, but
wrong place at the wrong time.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You just in there and you trying to get you a happy ending, and you got just an ending, just the ending. Unfortunate. The dude then goes to 2 other businesses, kills 4 more people, 8 in total. Then they says they suspect that he was on his way to Florida to commit more of these crimes. But in nowhere in the article does it tell me why they suspected that. And so I would very much like to know why y'all think he was going to Florida. Like, did he have like a manual? Did he write down all of his plans? Because if so, then you probably understand his motivations behind what he was doing. If he has a manual for where he was going, then there's probably a motive behind that as well. And y'all said to commit similar crimes. So again, against the Asian community, he's going to drive from Georgia to Florida to commit more atrocities against the Asian community. But this is not racially motivated. Like, miss me with that. I understand as elected officials, whether you're Mayor Bottoms or you're President Biden or Vice President Harris, I understand your desire to not alarm people about, hate crimes being committed across this country. But you don't get to just not acknowledge things for what they are. In fact, you should let people know. You should let them know so that they can be prepared to protect themselves or be more aware of their surroundings. Clearly, y'all thought it was worth sending federal agents and police officers out into the streets or out to these people's businesses to protect them. So if y'all don't think it's racially motivated, why y'all sending these extra officers and law enforcement to these particular businesses? Y'all lying. And I don't like when people think I'm stupid. It bothers me. It really, really bothers me. You can't, in one hand, say, yeah, we don't really think this is racially motivated. We don't believe that at all just yet. We think it's because he is addicted to sex. And we're going to send law enforcement officials to all these Asian businesses. Those two things both of them can't be true, right? Like, either y'all sending these law enforcement officers to these businesses because y'all do think that people are attacking Asians, or y'all think this was an isolated incident from some little hornball. And then there's no need to send the added law enforcement to Asian businesses. But y'all doing it because y'all understand that this is a deeper thing at play here. Continue to monitor it and see how it plays out. But I'm interested to see, what you guys think, man. Ron, when you hear this type of story, what do you think about it? Do you think this is racially motivated, or do you think this is some dude who couldn't get enough of choking his chicken at home and so he spazzed out?
Well, white people are terrorists. So this is a terrorist act for sure. Racially motivated, of course.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing much more you can say about it. I just want to know what he had against Asians. Like, where did it come from?
That's what I'm saying. And so they are citing that possibly it came just from Donald Trump, right?
And that's a big possibility too, because
they hang on his word. They hang on his every word, bro. And so again, whether he
said go storm the Capitol, and they did it.
They did it. You know what I'm saying? Stand down and stand by. They did it. Good people on both sides, they understand all that, right? They hear everything he has to say, and they believe in it, and they act on it.
Yeah, I definitely believe it was racially motivated, and white people are the biggest terrorists in America.
Yeah, I mean, the history tells you that, right? I mean, that's not a far-fetched statement that you're making. History tells us that white people commit acts of terror in this country.
The most.
More than anybody. And it's not even close. It's not even close, right? Now, we understand what the narrative is. You and I are the two most violent people in this country, right? Black men are the most violent people in this country. I get the narrative, but that's not what history tells us.
We're not shooting up schools.
It's bullshit.
We're not bombing races, marathons. We're not doing stuff like
that.
Nah,
that's not us. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? If you even if you hear of multiple people, like a multiple homicide, that was perpetrated by a black person, it's personal. We ain't just snap and, you know what I'm saying, and do nothing like that. You had the one DC sniper, but even him, he just thought he was being smart for how he was going to enact his personal thing. Like, he was still trying to get at his old lady. But he was like, if I kill a bunch of people before I kill her, it'll look like she just got killed randomly with everybody else. They won't come looking for me. He thought he was being smart. Whatever. But no, we don't move like that. That's y'all's behavior.
Yeah, that's not our thing.
Yeah, y'all running schools and malls and this kind of goofy shit. We ain't under that act.
Malls, clubs, all that shit.
Yeah, just shooting random people. That's y'all shit. We might spaz on some personal shit, and we got ignorant shooters who might not care who else is out there.
Yeah,
but
we ain't
just running in randomly.
By the block.
Yeah, we ain't under that act. ain't really under that act. You know what I'm saying? So we talked about the quadruple homicide that took place in Indianapolis, but that was personal. You know what I'm saying? Now, it was outrageous, ridiculous, and inexcusable, but it was personal.
Yeah, it was a stupid reason.
This ain't personal. He don't know none of these people. You just wilding because, in my estimation, Trump told y'all to wild. You know what I'm saying? He told y'all to start wilding out, or at least put that seed in y'all mind that whatever you've dealt with in your life over the last year, you're going to come to find out that, like, this dude's father died from COVID or some shit like that, right? It's going to be some stupid shit like that, right? Yeah. His mom lost her job because of COVID. Some stupid shit like that is going to come out. And, like, yeah, he's going to blame that on Asians, all of them, even the ones that were here when the virus was traveling across the ocean. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
Exactly. All of these are Asian Americans.
Stupid. There's no logic to this shit. You know what I'm saying? But I think that, and listen, if he did what he did, this motherfucker didn't come up with some elaborate story on the way about it being a sex addiction.
All right, so if this is my question,
Mm-hmm.
if they are going to go with the fact that it was sexually motivated,
right,
that going to have some effect on the time he gets and how his time is served? Like, is he going to go to like some crazy war through some program that's supposed to fix him,
right,
quote
right.
unquote?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, right? We're going to find out the value of Asian life in this country here soon. No, for real. We're going to find out the value of Asian life here and how the justice system views them in relationship to white men. And we know that everybody else in this country pales in comparison to the value of white men. And so we're going to see just where Asian people stack up in this thing. Again, 6 of them being Asian women. We're going to see how they stack up to, white men in terms of value in the justice system here in America.
All right, so my prediction, he going to plead insanity, right?
Mm-hmm.
He going to get like 5 to 10 years. You only have to serve like half of that time. He going to be out.
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to argue with that. It's crazy. But it's the scrambling to control the narrative for me, right? And you get Mayor Bottoms, and you get the president, vice president, police chief, county sheriff, all of them like, nope, it's not that. I know what y'all think. White boy killed 8 Asian people, 7 Asian people and a Latino. It's not that.
But it's programming too, because we telling y'all that it's not that. We're going to keep pushing it on y'all until y'all believe that it wasn't that.
Just until y'all forget about it.
Yeah,
until something else happens. Just forget about it. The George Floyd, Derek Chauvin murder trial will be starting here soon. Just we just gotta drag this investigation out long enough, slow it down to a crawl, drag this investigation out, and it'll go away. Right? We're not gonna have a whole race war thing here. Right? We're not gonna do it. Right? I'd be interested to find out how this news is being received in Asia. Right? How the Chinese are taking this news, or how South Korea, North Korea are taking this type of news.
But do they mess with Asian Americans?
Who?
The Koreans.
Oh yeah, they come over here all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And they stay grounded in their culture for the most part. Now you get 1 or 2 generations in, and then the kids think they little white girls or whatever. But by and large, the people who come over here stay tapped into the culture, so they cool with it. But, the relationship between United States, China, United States, North Korea, always contentious, right? Now, there's a lot of money that keeps things kind of, bonded together between the United States and China. But you talk about,
they start seeing
you talk about Kim Jong-un, like, he don't really give a fuck. Like, he'll send this joint up.
Killing us over there?
Yeah, he'll send this joint up, G. So, another reason why they're like, no, it's not that. It's not that. I promise you it's not that. He was just jerking off. What?
Nah.
That's what y'all came up with?
Nah.
Like, that's what y'all came up with? Y'all would rather perpetuate a stereotype about what happens in their businesses?
And then fake investigate.
It's cap.
That's bad.
Cap. But y'all know he was going to Florida to do some more of this. Come on, fam. How many strip clubs is he going to pass? How many porn video stores is he going to pass on the highway on his way to Florida from Georgia? Yeah. This ain't about porn.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude is wilding out, and he's pissed at Asians for whatever reason, rightfully so or otherwise. That's what he's on. And the fact that they're kind of circling the wagons around this whole thing, very, very interesting. Beulah says, everybody's engaging in PR crisis management. Mayor Bottoms doesn't want Atlanta to be portrayed as anti-Asian. President Biden doesn't want America to be viewed that way. They're trying to manage the optics. That's absolutely what they're doing. That is absolutely what they are doing right now.
Candace says, I'm perplexed how yet another white man is safely taken into custody after a mass shooting.
Yeah, because whiteness.
They do that.
Whiteness. Candace also said he'll receive more time if this is labeled as a hate crime for sure. But they don't want it to be labeled that way.
It's not. It's not going to be that.
You know what I'm saying?
He has an addiction. He has a sickness.
Right.
He's unwell.
So just the fact that y'all put that out, y'all already trying to plant seeds of something else being the cause.
He's unwell.
Right. Y'all didn't just say, we don't know yet. Right. Y'all didn't just say it's too early in the investigation. We don't know. Because it's not too early for y'all to say it was about porn, but it's too early for y'all to say it was about hate. Come on, man. Y'all trying to get out in front of this thing and control this narrative early so that it doesn't be
off of his word.
And I don't even know that they were his words. Don't even know that because that doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm not even convinced that he said that.
Ain't nobody gonna get caught. Yeah, I was just mad because of the porn I was watching.
You know what I'm saying? What, fam? What happened on the porn? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like what is your beef with this situation? And then why extract your revenge at massage parlors, all of them Asian owned and operated?
Don't let me get snapped and get caught arrested for something big.
It's not gonna work, my G. It's not gonna work.
I'm coming up with the most dumbest lie I can think
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, bro. You can't say it was porn. Okay, you can't say.
When I was 5, I fell down some stairs, and every time I see a pair of stairs, I just want to shoot some shit up.
Every time I see it. I don't know, man, but it's that kind of stupid though. It is that kind of stupid. We shall see. Boosie says that's why they're making it a sex crime. Absolutely, that's why they're making it a sex crime, but it's not even a real thing. Deborah says violent, predatory behavior by white men is always explained. There's always a given reason. Absolutely, they're gonna do that every single time because whiteness is to be protected. It's not even about the individual, right? So even if they were to condemn,
Kenneth, man, please.
Kenneth, what do you say?
I'm indifferent about them and their feelings. All I know is my dollar goes a lot further at the rub and tug than it did yesterday.
Wow. Yo, K Still, go to bed, bro. Wow. Anyway, I forgot what I was about to read. That man is so stupid. Somebody else had a good comment that I wanted to read before Kenneth came with that. Only him and Steve, boy, be wilding like that, bro.
Wow.
Super wild. The rub and tug. Anyhow, Ron, you ever gone to one of these places for a massage?
I've never listened. And I went to Ancient Baths for the first time this summer.
That's a dope spot.
I was expecting a happy ending.
Okay, let's get you off the screen too, because clearly you and Kenneth need to go to bed.
All that money I spent.
You were expecting a happy ending.
I was, bruh, after I paid that, I'm like, yeah, this comes with it.
They finna rub one out. Wow.
Has to.
Wow. It does not have to. It has to come with what they said it came with.
Ancient Bath does not come with a happy ending, just so everybody knows.
I think everybody knows. Jesus Christ. You know what it was, bro? They would have did it, but you were too large, and they were like, "That's extra."
That's exactly what it was.
That's what it was.
I'm not touching that.
It was like, I need 4 more hands for this. There's no way I can do this on my own. Bring in more hands. Bring in more hands. If that went over your head, y'all just missed the joke from last Friday. Don't worry about it. Wow, y'all just blew me with that one, man. Y'all off the chain.
Have you ever had a rub and tug?
What?
From an actual, when you went in to get a massage from one of them spots, and it was like, oh snap. Hold on, step on my Come here. We talking about rub and tug.
Oh my God.
What's that?
Oh my God! Why did
she said? What's that?
That's your nephew. Hey. Okay. Shout out to Don Millhouse. She just walked back in the studio. Dawn.
Yes.
You heard about the Asian killings in Atlanta?
I did. What's y'all talking about?
So the suspect who's been arrested for the killings, they say
Love that sweatshirt. Go ahead.
Thank you. They say he claimed that it was based on his anger. He's angry at the porn industry, right? And so he exacted revenge there, right? I don't understand it, but there's the stereotype or whatever that you go to these Asian massage parlors, you can get a happy ending.
I've heard that.
Right. Some people call it a rub and tug.
Oh, on the knob. Ah.
Right.
Aha.
So nephew.
Okay.
He thought that he was going to.
What he thought?
He thought he was going to go to Ancient Air bathhouse and get a happy ending.
Oh, that's some bathhouses are nasty.
Yeah.
Bert asked me, have I ever been to one of those experiences there?
Have
I
you?
said no, but I went to Ancient Baths for the first time.
Okay, and did you get the tug?
After I paid that much money, I was expecting one.
What's wrong with him, man?
That would have just been a graze. That wouldn't have been a tug.
What is wrong with this
That would have
dude?
been a graze. He said that much money. How much they charge you? $50? $500. $500?
Yes.
I have a tub. I have a
tub.
I live on the Gold Coast and I have a big tub.
You got a big tub. I'm good.
A big tub. Shaq could fit in my tub. How much? I'll do it $250.
Ancient Air is it's a dope spot. It is a dope spot. I had no expectation of a happy ending, Ron. You are wild.
How much did you spend?
They have lots of different packages.
Why do you look
not
so handsome today?
I don't know, but I appreciate that I received that.
You skinny?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but
You're
I'm trending in the right direction for sure.
You are.
I appreciate that,
Your
love.
skin.
I'm glowing.
Melanin popping.
Ow. Come on.
He's
keep it up.
fine.
Come on. I receive all of this.
I'm serious.
And I'm serious too. I appreciate it and keep going.
I'm loving it. And you got Miss Lori's hands.
Them
your mama hands.
Yeah, and they soft too.
For the bathtubs. Amen.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. This hoodie, this sweatshirt came from Everything Premium over on 75th between King and Cottage. I want to say like 456.
Between
East
King
75th. Yeah,
okay.
like 456 East 75th. Everything Premium. Dope. I love it. Yeah, it's a dope sweatshirt for sure.
Dang. Can I be your twin?
Of course.
Okay, I'm going to get that.
Yeah, it's fire.
We could dress alike.
Of course we can.
We have like twins these days.
Yeah, but no, that's you and Lil Ron. You know what I'm saying?
You can't dress like me?
That's y'all thing.
You can't dress like me?
Yeah, I would have,
you can't go to Great America, none. I'm coming in the studio now.
Yeah, no, I would have, but the way you and Lil Ron do it, and he be TT, twinsies, and
brother,
thing.
he's your nephew if you're my brother.
He's someone I like to beat up. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what you do to nephews.
Of course.
Okay.
It's fun. He told you I stole his car?
No. Did you steal his
Stole his car.
From here?
Yeah.
Why you didn't tell me that?
He
stole your car?
The night y'all went to the Laugh Music thing?
You stole his car?
Stole his whip.
It was the night we was going to the tavern.
No way.
Stole his whip. See, he keeps trying to play this, prank game back and forth with me. And I keep telling him, you're gonna lose. Gee, I'm willing to go to a level you aren't willing to go to. I'm going to win every time. Yeah. Plus, I'm just smarter than him, right? So he does things like try to wet my chair, right? And I'm just smarter than that. He does things like put Herbert in the lower third, so I can put that on the screen. Like I don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not good enough.
He's too nice.
Yeah, he can't get it.
He's too nice.
I do things like get in his Facebook account.
Yeah.
And slander him throughout the evening of the nighttime programming shows.
Yes, I know. I was talking to you and didn't know it was you, but I sort of kind of thought it was him when you called me TT, and I was like,
yeah, because I was in character. You got to be all the way in. Then I stole his car.
Come here, nephew. Leave him alone.
See, she's telling you right.
Leave him alone. I'm telling you.
He started it.
I don't care. I'm gonna finish it too.
That's my brother, and I
quit while you're behind.
Yeah, yeah. No.
You gotta get up. You gotta get up too early to get me, bro. You're not gonna get me. Yeah. It's not gonna happen.
You about need access codes and addresses.
You
keys to his crib.
You aren't gonna get me, bro. You are not gonna get me.
He said plan ahead. No, you have to strategize, baby.
What you should do is throw in the white towel and say, all right, bro, I'm done.
I'm going to throw it in for him.
And if you say, I'm done, I quit. I won't do anything else to you.
Took your car.
Yeah, took his
I
car.
would have paid money to see his. Did you videotape it?
I was gone. I wanted to. Mary and 2 was outside when he came back.
Hilarious.
Yeah, Mary, because he.
So I got push start, so I don't take my key off.
Oh.
Right, so he started the car, unlocked the door to let Mary in, and he was taking the trash from the studio around the building. He left his car running. I said, "Oh."
Tucson had a good time with that, didn't he?
Look. I said, Mary's about to get in the car. I'm like, Mary,
Don't
back up, get out the car, close the door.
How did y'all get there?
He had to wait for me to bring his car back. He was calling me. He like, bro, we trying to catch up with TT, and he gonna make us late, and I still gotta stop and change my shirt, and all kind of goofy stuff he was saying. I'm like, I don't care. I'll be back in like 15 minutes. Bro.
Right. I'll get there when I get there.
Right.
Are you?
You can walk.
So, you going to karaoke with us?
I don't know anything about it.
So we want you to go to karaoke with us.
Y'all don't even be inviting me nowhere.
I'm
man.
inviting you on air right now.
Okay, cool. I'm there.
So you go
When?
To winter. It's what day is
It
it?
don't matter. I'll go.
Next Thursday.
All right, cool.
A week from mañana.
Sign me up.
How you say that in Spanish? Mañana. No, a week from. I don't know. He said,
El Wicca from mañana.
I know that. Look.
That is not how you say it. Oh, I'm sorry. That was my Asian accent.
My Spanglish is on point.
Yeah.
Okay.
What'd you say? A weeka?
Oh, El Wicca. El Wicca.
I thought El means the.
La Wicca. Hey, Sonya just walked in. Maybe she's been here the whole time. I don't know.
Can you tell us how to say a week from tomorrow?
Sonya gonna say, why y'all asking me? Every time I ask her to say something in Spanish, she's like, why you asking me? Because you speak Spanish, fool. That's why.
That's why. Why? The little baby boss.
Right. Let's go. Great show,
Let's
guys.
go. How do you say next week Thursday? It's not como se dice semana. Semana, that means next week.
That means next week?
Okay.
Okay.
I know how to say that.
That worked for us.
And it has the little accent on there because that's in my Spanish book.
Check us out. We is on the roll out here today.
You giving lessons.
Yo, Lil Ron, my brother Dad said, just give it up. You're not going to win. I grew up in a house that had 5 boys in it, bro. You can't beat me in this game, G. It's not a thing.
Candace Mack said she's la próxima semana.
See, she be knowing stuff for real.
La próxima semana.
Oh, no, that's Steve
That's
that said
Steve.
that.
Okay, well, let's have a Spanish lesson. Candace Mack says
I'm not even going to repeat it. If Steve wrote it, I'm not even going to repeat it. He could be having me saying
Próximo.
anything right now.
Escobar said próximo semana. Okay,
Okay.
next week Thursday.
All right.
So Thursday is semana.
No.
Yes.
That's next week.
Oh.
Thursday is
jueves. So I would say próximo semana jueves.
Approximately next week. That's what it says.
Marte, lunes, Marte, miércoles. That's how you
We
say
are
Wednesday,
terrible.
right?
Puedes ayudarme. Someone who speaks Spanish. Puedes ayudarme.
Oh, wait, right. Thursday is it's lunes, martes, miércoles.
Y'all done got Gino and he talking about Jueves is Thursday, ain't it?
Oh, that sounds like a food to me.
Esco said,
hungry?
but she not invited. So, in fact, Esco got to be invited. She do karaoke in there every day.
Let me tell you why she's not. There is. Hold on, somebody just jumped into my lane. Hold on now. I'm like Hot Boy. He said there's no Roll Tide next week. Check yourself because Alabama just won the SEC conference. Yes, indeed.
No,
We'll
I
be
think
there.
he's saying no.
No, he's saying he coming for the Roll
Is
Tide.
he? I think you're just taking it that way. I don't think that's what he's on
Take
at
this
all.
picture and put it in thread. Look.
Right, see, right. She over there got her dukes up. She bouncing around like Floyd in there. Like,
float like a butterfly in this mug. Esco, you can't come to karaoke because your butt got to get up at 2:45 a.m.
you ain't never lied. That's
you
her
gonna
problem.
come
She
for
can go
the
straight
first-
from the. She can go straight from the bar.
Yeah, but here's the thing: we not leaving till after you get done. So that's 6.
She can
which
go.
is-
She can come to the studio straight from the bar.
Okay, cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Then let's ride. Cause I've done that before.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, all you gotta do is wash your face.
You good?
Take a bird bath.
Let's roll.
You know what a bird bath is, right?
I know what a whole bath is.
Same difference.
Right.
Just you know how a bird jump in the
Yeah.
thing.
That's how they go. That's how it works.
That's your sister, man.
Love her to death, man. Love her to death. Don't get to see her as often as I used to, man. Since we've been trying to
your
social
sister.
distance around this joint. Not too much show overlap going on, but either way, let's go. Let them know. Let them know you a champ. You can stay out all night and go to work in the morning. It's nothing. It's nothing. Let them know you do this, go. Anyhow, I was trying to be serious about a story, but you know, as I so often do, I'm too immature for it. But no, that was the story. We'll continue to see how that thing develops as the investigation continues to unfold. And once they conclude their investigation, they'll tell us that it was absolutely not racially motivated. So there is that. BT say I'm king of the whole bath. I told you I took one whole bath, and now I'm king of the whole bath. See, that's what y'all try to use my transparency against me, but it'll never work. It'll never work. I love being honest with y'all. I keep it a buck with y'all all the time. And one day, for the kickoff kickback, which starts at 10 o'clock, I woke up at like 9:53, and I got to the studio by like 10:08, and we kicked off the show. And I told y'all, like, I woke up 15 minutes ago because I just keep it a buck with y'all, and I don't mind. It is what it is. It is what it is. I definitely took a whole bath that day, but you know, whatever. Another thing I want to get into here in a little while is a very, very, very disturbing headline. And I'm just gonna read it. I haven't even read the entire article yet because I only needed the headline to be as disturbed as I was by reading this headline. And so I'm gonna read y'all the headline and see if y'all are as disturbed by this. And then we can have a bit of a conversation for it just ahead of the 5 o'clock hour before we continue on with the Steve Jinxian and Alvin type debauchery that tends to happen here in the 5 o'clock hour. But before we do that, I do have a story that I want to get to. I'll read you guys the headline on the other side of this break. This is I Say What I Said. Herb Howard, Flying Solo 2 ain't here, but we're having a good time. We'll be right back.
All day. Check it out. See, while you was on the corner trying to scrape up pack money, I was driving 80 stack trucks off rap money. I'm back money. If you want it, come to the hundreds and ask for me. Meet them OGs that are blast for me. I'm right here. Ill Adidas, $400 jeans on me. Itchy with no safety, a loaded magazine on me. Southside, that's as wild as it gets. And no, I never sold crack. That's some house nigga shit. I'm not judging, but every man that's a man gotta stand by his principles, and I'm not budging. That's Mickey. You can take it how you want, but you can never be me. You can fake it how you want. I spit that uncut raw. You can bake it how you want. Break it down any way you like, you get the same result. Get in tune. The elephant in the room has now assumed pole position. Whoa. Oh. BJ, get him. Come on. Reporting live from the gutter where that butter get gorillas jobs. That's why we call it work. The same work will get a nigga robbed. I throw my dice against the concrete. If the bitches pass, see you later. Grab my paper, tell a theta, kiss my ass. This the jungle, baby, I'm a lion. Try me, I'll be firing. The same banger saved Private Ryan. You the prey, you survive and hide. Better pray that them vultures and them rovers don't go flying by him. The mother niggas just so-so. How Linda birth a nigga this hot in the cold go? I went from 20-inch assassins on that Osmo to the pretty 760 sitting low on them bozos. Those are big shoes, you motherfuckers is so slow. Get caught without your heat in these streets is a no-no. Baby need Pampers, daddy need that photo. It's bread or nothing, big old niggas, you see the logo. Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Scooter. Look, I don't see a nigga alive. And if a nigga claim he better, then that nigga done lied. And if some niggas jump chose, bet them niggas done died. You can always spot a cobra by the look in his eyes. You look at his click, check out his bitch, look at his guys. Cause 9 times out of 10, all that tough shit be just a disguise. And that does it. I got the chrome Mac in a black luggage. Cause money ain't the root of evil, Jack is the lack of it. I stay different. I move around like y'all hate women. I'm starting to think this whole industry full of gay bitches. No checkers, it's a chess game. Catch me in the next lane. Fly nigga, bunch of ice on me like my chest frame. All money's pocketing that like a Hamas rocket attack. Explode profit and jacks for your moccasins black. Acknowledging that he resides. These scriptures is heathenized.
eyes. Y'all couldn't paint the pictures that he provide. Eagle eyes, eagle eye on the beef out. Either scream peace or pull your piece out. The flow will knock your teeth out. From out west where we never put our rags down, nigga. The fight the best, most likely is that rag town, nigga. That's me.
All I can see on this beat. Whoa. Hey, haters, keep hating. Y'all inspire me.
All right, well, Angela Oya Fumike. As you know, this is I Do, I Did, I Don't on the What's in It for the Black People media. Start our way into this journey of divorce and healing.
So we came together under a survival mentality, not under a friendship of being in love. First being friends and then being in love, or growing in love. We came together under, we're trying to survive, we're two kids trying to survive. Okay, we're going to survive together, because if you're handling this end of the survival and I'm handling this end,
years that you've accepted this is what it's been, and now you've made this decision, and he wasn't there. He wasn't even seeing that you were done.
Here's what it was. Just like I ignored on the front end that he didn't love me like that, he was so disconnected from me by the point when I decided to leave that he didn't see the writing on the wall.
Wow.
He just didn't see it. But he didn't know that woman because he never took the time to meet her.
Mm-hmm. And so you created your plan, and that's key, I think, in having a plan. If you are going to, whether you're deciding together that this isn't going to work any longer and we're splitting, and having a plan on how you're going to move forward is pretty key. You knew at this point I had to create your own plan, and you were moving forward with that. In my case, I didn't have a plan. Things happened pretty abruptly, and I was creating the plan on the fly along the way. I don't recommend that. You forgive yourself. You forgive you. Do the work of forgiving yourself that you may be able to actually forgive others.
Hey, I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. I pray we don't get lost in all our sorrow. I say I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. We don't know if we gon' let us see tomorrow. No. 52 wounded, 10 murdered in a weekend. Homicides on women are increasing. 12 blinking at us for no reason. Feel like we going off the deep end. They still ain't found Kierico. Reported missing about a year ago. And she was pregnant with a little one. Her family praying for a miracle. Taxi van, Kanika ain't get no justice. Where the energy they have for Jussie Smollett. I done heard every theory, but where the I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. I pray we don't get lost in all our sorrow. I say I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. We don't know if we gon' let us see tomorrow. No. Woman found dead, baby cut out of her womb. I wish it wasn't true. Another woman shot down while her baby in her arms
Can somebody call a truce? This is genocide, honestly. We still remember Lee. I'm implementing new policies, trying to save the generation under me. We gotta drop the sticks and put the poles up. Your man is a weapon, you need to load up. I couldn't imagine losing one of my daughters.
Shoot, I wanna glow up. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. I pray we don't get lost in all our sorrow. I say I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears. I'm crying real tears for Chicago. We don't know if we gon' live to see tomorrow. No.
Myself, I am his clone. I cannot slay, cannot write none of my songs. I cannot sing, busy trying to right his wrongs. I lost myself, looking for somebody else. I lost my way, hoping the last one out is dead. I'm built like Ford, I'm a rider to the death. I'm built like glass, I'm hanging on by a thread. This girl, bitter like wine in the bottom of the glass. I wonder if I should wait, see how long it lasts. Debating if this moment leaves us in the past. I spin around and around inside my head. This girl. Listen, I just tell my husband it ain't hard to dump no clip in you. I know hella niggas if I need someone to give it to. Stand here and look salty before I let you give me grace of you. My pain up for pay-per-view. Used to get it crooked, now seems I just want my paper true. Dead end jobs, I work so hard and I spend all my pay on you. Never seen you work so hard and acting off the way I do. I save all our money, you take that and buy a zipping food. I stand here salty for I let you give me grace of you. All of my mistakes I don't regret, I've learned a thing or two. Can't invite my friends cause I don't know what you gon' try and do. Always round your friends, and I'm trusted through my brothers too. Accuse me, yeah, you tried it. Without the proof, it's dry ass. All you have, I supplied it or multiplied it. You subtract and take shit back, baby, and that's why we divided. Say I throw shit in your face, but really it's just I can't hide it. My fault for wanting loyalty, not knowing you can't buy it. Lying is hereditary, not far from the tree is scary. Call your sisters and your cousins, tell them that you married.
What's up, family? What's up? We are back and we are live from inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios. My name is Herb Howard. I am flying. This is Wiz playing solo. Not really. Ron is really doing all the hard work in the production studio. Ron, you good in there, man?
Great.
Cool. Glad to hear it, man. But I am without my co-host Toussaint Werner is not in the building. Shout out to the Bigs, though. They hung out with me for.
Where is Two, man?
He's in his skin. He's well. He's alive and well. Toussaint is alive and well. Shout out to the Bigs, man. They came out here and they stayed. I said they came. They stayed, put in some overtime with me, hung out for an hour, chopped it up about the Bears, caught up about the NCAA tournament, and then I spent the second hour alone, hanging out with y'all, talking about the rise in Asian attacks, specifically the shooting that happened in Atlanta where 8 people were gunned down, 6 of them Asian women that were killed at different massage parlors around Atlanta, around the Atlanta, Georgia area. The suspect was arrested. 21-year-old white man has been taken into custody. And now you see all of the officials involved in the case, from law enforcement to elected officials. They're trying to kind of circle the wagons, control the narrative, and say, hey, this is not a hate crime. This is an isolated incident because somebody was angry about porn. Doesn't make any sense at all, except for the fact that I know why they're trying to prevent the narrative from being that it is a hate crime. I don't know if they'll be successful in that as the details continue to come out about this particular case, but we will continue to monitor it. told you all before we went to break that there was a headline that really caught my attention. I did not read the entire article. I still have not. I don't even know that I'm about to read it to y'all because I really think that all we need is the headline for us to have the conversation that I want to have. And the headline reads as follows. United Negro College Fund elects first ever African-American chair of the board in its nearly 77-year history.
What?
In the headline. You feel me? I'll read it again. The United Negro College Fund elects first ever African-American chair of the board in its nearly 77-year history. Make it make sense to me. Make that make sense to me.
That's so wild.
Other than the fact that I've long since thought the name was outdated, the United Negro College Fund, I've long since thought that the name was outdated. So maybe this goes to speak why that name has never changed. Because I think that a black person should make that their first order of business. And I understand that was an accepted term that we went by at some point in time, but not anymore, right? Nobody's walking around,
Yeah, if they trying to stop the word nigga,
you know what I'm saying? Like nobody's gonna accept the white person come up to him and call him a Negro. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, not the point I'm making. Point is, 77-year history of the United Negro College Fund. Never have they had an African American chair of the board. How fucking crazy is that? Like that is absolutely bananas. I don't make it make sense. Somebody please make that make sense because I cannot. And again, I didn't even read the article. I haven't found it necessary to read this entire article because the headline just jumps out at me. It's unfucking believable. It is on news1.com. News1.com is where you can find this article. It was written by Bruce Wright, posted on news1.com 9 hours ago. I can't believe that. I can't believe that an organization called the United Negro College Fund has never had a black person chair their board before. Unbelievable to me. So even when you're talking about us going to college, right? Even when you're talking about us experiencing higher education for an organization that is specifically tailored to us and how we are participate in higher education, even for that, white people control that too. White people control that too. It's unbelievable, like unbelievable. And I've really been catching myself on using the term unbelievable lately when talking about these issues of racism, because very few things that happen around race relations in this country to me are unbelievable to this point. I've seen so much that I don't find it to be unbelievable anymore. But this one, unbelievable. Unbelievable to me that never in its 77-year history has the United Negro College Fund not had, have they ever had a black chairman of the board. They finally elected one, which is crazy. Like they control every fucking thing. Steve says it sounds about right to me. Any leeway we get is typical spoon-fed from the white people. It's crazy because then they control everything, right? They're controlling everything. Even whatever little bit of access we think we got, they still controlling it. 77 years, never a black person to head the board of the United Negro College Fund. I can't reconcile that in my head. I cannot make that make sense. Like, I would have thought that all of the chairmen of the board were black throughout the entirety of its 77-year history. I cannot make that make sense.
I would have thought majority of the whole entire staff was black. Like not a white person.
It's wild, dog. Like, Dorothea says it's not unbelievable in this world. Absolutely. It's not unbelievable. Sounds about NAACP-ish to me, Shannon. You are absolutely right.
When I was young, whenever I heard NAACP, the first faces that came into my head was Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson. Just their face would pop up.
Yeah, that's because that's what you think, right? I get that. I understand that for sure. It's bananas to me though, man. And that is why I get like upset about, certain things. When we talk about like the Grammys and the Oscars and how we always upset about, we didn't win this, we didn't win that. Stop seeking those people's validation. That in and of itself bothers me. Stop seeking that validation, and then we won't really find ourselves in these positions of feeling slighted or snubbed by not getting their recognition or receiving their awards. Fuck that shit. That always bothers me. Timberland and Swiss Beats recently sold Versus to what's the name of the platform? It's escaped me. Somebody please tell me what the name of the platform is they sold it to. For $400 million is the number that I heard. Huge number. Kudos to Swiss and Timbo for doing that, if that's what they want to do. But understand that Versus is not going to be the same anymore. It is not going to be a black cultural thing. It is not going to be a thing where you look and see, okay, Diddy's got the sponsorship with Ciroc, or Jay's got the sponsorship with D'Ussé. Like that you're not going to see those types of things happening. No, he didn't sell it to Apple Music. It's one of those digital platform things. Obviously, Apple Music is a digital platform, but no, that's not who they sold it to. Let me look it up. What is it called? Anyhow, they sold it, and so you're going to lose a bit of the culture that comes along with it. You're going to lose the experience that we kind of all had as black people, and a million black people fell into a particular virtual space to watch these versus battles. I don't think you're going to continue to see that. Triller, thanks, right? Triller is who they sold it to. You're going to see that thing begin to change a little bit. And then we're going to be like, oh, it's all watered down now. No shit, it's watered down. You sold it to them people. Them people spent $400 million on it. They're going to do whatever the fuck they want to do with it now, right? You say, next verse is Kenny Loggins versus Dolly Parton. You're going to see those types of things. I joked and said the next one was going to be like LeAnn Rimes and Shania Twain or something like that. And listen, nothing against LeAnn Rimes or Shania Twain. They both got some songs I like. My point is, when we have something, we are always so quick to sell out on it, or sell in, maybe is the new term I should be using. They're trying to sell into, proximity to whiteness and elevate themselves in the economic status. Cool, and I get it. If that's the choice you make, I'm not knocking that choice. I'm simply saying that you don't get to make those types of choices and be like, damn, they keep misappropriating our culture. Motherfucker, you keep giving them your culture. You keep selling it every time they come with some bread that is pennies to them, but more money than we've ever seen, and so we sell out or sell in every single time. And for me, it goes back to things like the Negro Leagues in baseball. Y'all knew y'all was better than all them white dudes playing ball. The talent was there. The talent was way better in the Negro Leagues than it was in the major leagues. That was just the fact of the matter. But Major League Baseball came with more money, more fame, and so we sold into that shit. And it's like, nah, fam. Now you look at baseball, it's 10 black players in the whole majors. I don't know. Like, Gino could probably name all of them. However many of them it is, Gino probably know all of the black players in the MLB. And that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? When you had a whole entire league of guys that were better than everybody else in Major League Baseball, then we said, okay, we all want to play with them, so let our league die off. And then slowly but surely, they kick your ass out the game. And so, yeah, the next versus is going to be Kenny Chesney and whoever the fuck. But soon, it absolutely ain't going to be no black shit. And so how we saw it with when they did the reggae joint with Beanie Man in them, like, you ain't gonna see no shit like that. That's something that happens when black people are in leadership of an organization. You're not gonna see those types of things. You ain't gonna see Lil Jon and I forgot who we battled, but you ain't gonna see those things no more. That's not gonna be Lil Jon and T-Pain, I think it was. You ain't gonna see that kind of stuff. Like, that's just not gonna be, what it is going forward for verses. But we do it all the time. Other day I saw an article about Anita Baker. Anita Baker is asking her fans to not listen to any of her music, not to download it, not to stream it on any of the platforms, because she no longer owns she doesn't own the masters to her music. And so she wants to own the masters to her music. The record label, of course, they're sending her through all the hoops to get her masters back. And so now she's saying, don't stream any of my music because she's not making money off of it. I love Anita Baker. Like, love Anita Baker. Grew up on Anita Baker. Anita Baker is my mom's favorite artist. And so she's one of my all-time favorite artists, too. If I had to pick one single female vocalist as my favorite, it would be Anita Baker. That being said, I'll support her, right? I'll support her and follow her move. He's trying to use the blueprint that Dave Chappelle was able to successfully use against Netflix and against Comedy Central. I'm sorry, not against Netflix, against Comedy Central. And he was successful with that. And ultimately, he got the rights to his work back for the Chappelle Show. And so she's trying to follow that same blueprint. I understand it. But my thing here is, if we don't sell out in the first place, then you don't have to come back 30 some odd years later like, oh, they won't give me my stuff. No, it's not yours. You gave it away for whatever money you signed the deal for in whatever year she signed it in. You gave your stuff away. You don't get to come back later like, oh, I want my stuff back. We learned that as shorties. Don't be an Indian giver. Ain't that what they say? Excuse the term, because the term is whack as fuck. I didn't know it growing up, but I do know it now. So excuse the term. But that was what we were taught growing up. It's a problem. It is a problem, and we have to stop doing that kind of shit. And then expecting somebody to treat our art and our culture with some sort of reverence that they've never had for it. It's ours. We love it. We'll treat it with the dignity and respect that it deserves. They ain't. So nah, don't you throw a fit when the next verses is whomever the fuck and whomever else. Because our guys, who we supported throughout their entire careers, Timbo and Swiss, two dudes that I respect highly for their ability to make music, they made a decision that says, I'm going to choose capitalism over the collective. Again, I am not pursed up on anybody's mantle saying this is right, this is wrong. I clearly want to all I want to do is paint the picture clear for you. And so that we all understand what we're doing when we make these kinds of decisions. I'm not telling you right or wrong. I'm not judging Swiss. I'm not judging Tim. Y'all see me talk too about this all the time. I'm not judging Jay, right? But understand that you've chosen the lane when you do that kind of shit. And you don't get to just flip-flop back and forth about it. That's not a real thing. But we give away our cultural capital for their capital. And then we're like, well, we ain't got no culture. Stop giving your shit away. Stop giving your shit away. That is what we mean when we talk about how we see other ethnic groups move inside their community. This is our shit. You're not coming over here opening up shop. All of this is ours. And so everything over here is going to be ours. It's going to look like our shit. It's going to taste like our shit. It's going to sound like our shit. It's going to read like our shit. And that is the way to do it. We choose to, because we have been so starved out of resources, as soon as they dangle a little bit of resources in our face, we're like, hey, you can take this shit. It's like, why don't we value our shit more than that? Like, I think that we should. But it's hard to tell somebody who has been starved of resources that when the opportunity for said resources come, don't take it. But that would require them to value our cultural capital over their economic capital. I get it. Again, I'm not trying to persuade you to be on any side. You can be on whatever side you're on. I'm well beyond debating right or wrong on that thing. I'm just saying understand the lane that you've chosen. Shannon says there's a difference between giving it away and getting tricked out of it. Not exactly sure where you're going with that, Shannon, and I don't know who was tricked out of it in either of these scenarios. I think that Timbo and Swiss made a decision that Triller had come with a number that they found acceptable to sell it off. And so they sold it off. $400 million, you can have it, right? And I don't know how many partners they have in that or how big their slice of that pie is going to be. Ain't none of my business. I don't care. They found it. It was a good enough number for them to sell it. And I don't know that they were tricked out of it. And I feel the same way about Anita Baker too. And again, love Anita Baker. She was at Ravinia a couple years ago. Last time it was open. I went to go see her. Highly disappointed in her too because she can't sing anymore. That was disappointing. She spent the whole evening having the crowd sing the songs. Like, y'all got to help me out. Sing it with me now. And I'm pissed because I wanted to hear Anita Baker sing like I had always heard Anita Baker singing growing up. So I definitely feel like I missed out on that. But I love Anita Baker. That being said, I don't think she got tricked out of nothing. They offered her a contract. Say, hey, you can sing really, really good. We'll give you a little bit of bread, and we'll make you a star. But all of this music that you're creating belongs to us. Okay, where do I sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign? Then you sign. And then sometime down the road, you realize, damn, I sold out for pennies on the dollar for what I'm really worth. You're bad. You're bad. And we do that shit all the time. We do it all the time. And I think that for me, it goes back to what Uncle Walt was talking about when he was telling me the difference between understanding what true sacrifice really looks like and not saying, oh, if you're willing to make the sacrifice, then you should be willing to sacrifice some money for the advancement of Black liberation movement. He's like, nah, Herb, that's not a sacrifice at all. Because if your value system is correctly aligned, then you should value the liberation movement more than you value the money. And if your value is properly placed, then there ain't no sacrifice to say, fuck the money, give me the liberation. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want more. And clearly, we continually make decisions that prove that what we want more than liberation is money. Because somehow, despite all evidence to the contrary, pick a star, you aren't going to buy your way out of blackness. It's not a real thing. But we continue to do it anyway. Never fell in that versus rabbit hole, so glad I didn't, Darius. I feel you. I fell in it head first. Loved it from jump. As soon as Swiss and Timbo kicked it off and battled each other, I'm like, this is fire. And I couldn't wait to see who was next. And, as it continued on, I saw some really good battles. I got introduced to Jonte Austin. I had no idea who Jonte Austin was until he did a versus battle against Neo. And I came to find out that Jonte Austin has written some of my all-time favorite songs. Dude that apparently I'm a huge fan of, but I had never even known him. And so that was really cool. The Lil Jon battle, super, super dope. To find out that ring, the noise at the beginning of the what it is, ho, that noise, to find out that was not a bed noise, which I thought it was always like a bed noise they were trying to simulate. Now, that is what they were trying to simulate. But the noise came from Lil Jon rocking in his chair at the studio. And one of his producers in the studio was like, hey, you hear that noise? Like, just keep doing it. He's like, let me record it. And they recorded the sound from the chair that Lil Jon was rocking in. And now it is one of the most recognizable sounds to begin any song. As soon as you hear that sound, that ring, you know exactly what song is coming on. And I've learned that on verses. So all that type of stuff I find it to be really, really cool. The Babyface, like that shit was all over the place. Like all over the place. To this day, as soon as somebody Wi-Fi don't work, they like, you got I'm trying to blank on dude's name. What's his name? What's the dude who battled Babyface? He was on the Book of Dawn. Dawn interviewed him. What? Damn, Ron, you don't know shit.
Daniel Jones?
Never mind, bro. Killing me right now. Somebody else will tell me before your ass figured out. Teddy Riley is who I'm thinking of. Teddy Riley. You know what I'm saying? More people watch the Teddy Riley and Babyface battle than like the Super Bowl.
Bro, I'm gonna have to go back. I didn't even know that was Teddy Riley versus Babyface. I didn't know who Babyface was going against.
I thought you were about to say I didn't know who Babyface was. I was gonna leave. Like dead ass, I was just gonna leave. But yeah, no, all of those battles I liked. I look forward to the thanks, Max. I look forward to the 112 and Jagged Edge battle. It was trash. They greatly disappointed me, but I was looking forward to that battle. All them battles, I've been liking it. The Jadakiss Fab battle, fire. Some of them been trashed. The Jeezy and Gucci battle, fire. Like, you know.
You don't care about the UGK versus UGK versus 8-Ball MJG.
Has that happened?
MJG. It's supposed to happen.
If it happens, I would love to see it. Now, you know, I think I'm in the minority doing this, but I am team Fat Boy from the Mound, like an MJG.
Damn, that's a hard one.
Give me Fat Boy from the Mound and MJG, and that's no disrespect. That is no disrespect to Sweet Jones, no disrespect to Bun B, but yeah, if I had to choose, give me Fat Boy and MJG.
Nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I get it.
UGK all day.
I ain't mad.
Sweet Jones.
Yeah, I fuck with him heavy, but I don't know. Fat Boy and MJG, they just do it for me. They got it. But I ain't mad at either of those. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of other battles I would like to see, especially if you're talking about those groups, putting those groups in it. I would like to see the Locks in any of those rap battle groups because I'll take the Locks over all of them cats. I'll take the Locks over them. I'll take the Locks over Andre and Big Boy, like all that. You definitely ain't in the minority, Herb. K-Still, you think most people would pick Fat Boy and MJG? I don't know. I love 8-Ball, but I think most people would pick UGK. They go Candace, PA all day. Port Arthur in the house. I don't know. I'm definitely rolling with 8-Ball and MJG, but I ain't got nothing bad to say about UGK. Not never. Pocket full of stones. You feel me? You don't know nothing about that pocket full of stones, though, do you, Ron? You don't know nothing about pocket full of stones, bro. D-Block. Right. Give me the Locks. Give me the Locks every time over all the rap groups. All of them. Cut Herb's mic ASAP. BT, just say you like UGK. Why you gotta hate on 8-Ball MJG like they not fire? You know they fire, bro. Anyhow, I take Locks over all them cats. All of them. Wu-Tang, everybody. Give me the Locks. Give me Kiss, Styles, and Sheik against whoever you got. I'm rolling. But that's just me. Either way, my point is the versus battles are fire. And I would really love to see Anita Baker versus, like, I don't know. I really would, you know, if possible, I would like to see Anita Baker versus Whitney Houston. That would be ideal for me. That would be like the coldest versus ever. Or Boyz II Men versus Jodeci. Did you say, are they going to hologram it, bro? Yo, you wild as hell, G. You just told me that they're doing a UGK versus 8-Ball MJG battle.
Okay, one of them is still here.
You are off the meat rack today, fam. Anyhow, it is what it is. So Sade versus Anita Baker, I can see that, but I think Anita Baker mopped the floor with Sade. That's just me personally. Sade got a lot of songs I like, and by a lot, I mean not nearly as many as Anita Baker. But, you know, don't you speak on Wu-Tang. I ain't say nothing bad about Wu-Tang. All I said is that I like the Locks better. That's all I said. They had Sade versus Anita on V103 this past Sunday. I bet you that was cold. I bet you Anita won because Anita is colder than almost anybody who's ever stepped into a booth and sang. That's just my personal opinion on that. But anyhow, all I'm saying is, as a whole, we got to stop selling our shit out. What now, BT? What now? What did I say now? Which one do you disagree with the most now? Because whatever, like, it's just my thoughts. Just what I was feeling at the time. You know what I'm saying? Just my opinion, bro. I ain't shitting on none of these other artists. They all cold. But give me the Locks over any rap group you got. Give me 8-Ball and MJG over UGK. And give me Anita Baker over any vocalist you can name. That's just my personal opinion. That's all.
I agree with you, Kenneth. Sade can't mess with Anita.
Nah, not close. Sade big head ass ain't got ish on back. He going hard. See that's
say all
that's going hard. All I'm saying is I'm picking Anita Baker. Kenny gonna go super hard. Oh, Kenny. Actually everybody. The hoodies are in. The hoodies are in. The hoodies are in. The hoodies are in. Kenneth, yours and RO Doubles is gonna go out tomorrow. Thank y'all so much for y'all's patience on waiting for you alls. Anybody else who wants to order them, the hoodies are in. The black, I said what I said, Intellectual Thuggery hoodies. that you see me in Two Rock here. The latest shipment has finally come in. I'm sorry for the delay. It finally came in. I have all of the hoodies. If you want one, okay? If you want one, send me a message on Facebook, right? Message me on Facebook and let me know what size you want, and then I'll tell you where to send the Cash App to. The Cash App is just, it's my name. It's just $Herb Howard. If you want a hoodie, they are $50. And if you want one, message me. I'll make sure that all the orders that come in today, I'll send them out tomorrow when I send Kenny's and RO Doubles out. Again, K Steel, RO Double. Thank y'all so very much. Nigga, I'm about 2 weeks removed from Cali. Is that the address you put in? Well, send me another address, my brother. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Like, in all seriousness, I'm very sorry about the delay. It was completely out of our control. I've been calling almost daily to try and get that thing rectified. I finally got the hoodies today. And if anybody else wants them, send me a message. We'll work it out. I will send yours out when I send Kenneth's and RO Doubles out tomorrow. Again, Kenny, Robin, thank y'all so much for y'all's patience in this thing. K Still, if you need another address, just send it to me, bro. It'll be on its way tomorrow. There was one more thing I wanted to say about the versus thing, but I can't get it out. If they could do the hologram thing, Ron, they might as well just do Biggie versus Pop.
That's dead.
Why would you use that term, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
they did.
Why would you use that term? Jesus Christ. I worry about you sometimes.
I don't want to see 2 holograms up there with no people. I'm dead.
What is wrong with you, man?
But they already did the verses between them. They did it already.
Did they?
They did it without. They just put the songs up and had the people vote.
When?
And it was like it was around the
versus thing.
Yeah, it was around the time the 2 Chainz did the one with Ross.
I missed that.
But they didn't want to make an official one, so they just put it up and had the people. I think it was like 11-9 or something. It was Parkway.
Oh, I get what you're saying, K. Still, you did say you wanted to rep it in Cali, man. I'm sorry, my brother. And that would have been super dope. I appreciate that. I definitely went out to Cali and wore mine, so I wish you could have worn yours as well. Whitney versus Beyonce.
Nope.
And I love Beyonce. I like a lot of Beyonce songs, but Whitney, nah.
I said Mary versus Janet.
I can see that. Both of them got a lot of bangers. They music ain't really the same to me. It ain't really, similar like that. Janet is, sexy and upbeat, and Mary's best songs is
I'm not gonna
that
cry.
nigga ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, if she ain't heartbroken, I don't want to hear it. Like, for real. Like, she got a couple fast songs that I can get
Got
with.
a few bangers.
That song I can rock with.
For the most
Beyonce
part-
versus Janet, I like that.
I like that one.
I like that, BT. I like that idea. Beyonce versus Janet. I don't know about Beyonce versus Whitney, but Beyonce versus Janet, I can rock with that. That's more in line with each other. I want to see this how they gonna ease it into the white shit. They gonna go from 2 Chainz and Rick Ross having strippers at the verses. The next verses is gonna be like Justin Timberlake versus what's
Bruno Mars or some shit.
Bruno Mars, not even him. I'm thinking about the actual white dude. What's his name? His daddy was an actor. Robin Thicke. Yeah, Robin Thicke is fire. Both of them cold. I would be charged about that.
They both got that black swag.
Somebody get Steve out of here, man. Somebody really get Steve up out of here, G. This Mark Darius say David Ruffin versus Doug. That is hilarious. Ron don't even get that versus.
I get that one, but I'm like,
nope. We're not giving that any energy. Just put him out. Just send him to bed. Just send him to bed. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is wrong with dude?
Oh, it's that time. I was gonna say, what time is it?
No, it's always that time.
Good, Steve.
If Steve's eyes are open, he's on that. You know what I'm saying? Like he is on that. Send that man to bed right now. Steve, just wait a little minute, man. All right.
Wait till like 5:45.
No, not till 5:45. Wait till like 7:00. Brian Foster be here with In the Zone, and then at 8:30, Reese the Ruler be here with We Code Wednesday. Just hold on, okay? Then you can talk about your region as much as you want, okay? Jesus Christ. No, Maya is fine. Don't get me wrong. I had this old head who used to be like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, G. Maya is cold. And in the name of Maya, I think we should bring back jersey dresses. No, we shouldn't. Because only Maya rocked it right. Everybody else tend to rock it wrong. Jersey dresses was a fad that it wasn't for everybody, but everybody tried it. It wasn't for everybody. But Maya rocked it in the, you know what I'm talking about, Ron?
Yeah, what was that video? I think who was featuring that video?
Jay.
That was Jay-Z?
Well, she had it on the North Carolina joint. She had on the baby blue North Carolina joint, and yeah, she killed that. Right? She definitely, but it's 5. You're right, Raymond. You're right. It is Ratchet Hour. He can say what he wants. He can say what he wants anyway. I'll say what I said. He can say whatever he wants, but I'm not acknowledging him just yet. Something wrong with that, man. Y'all know he crazy. Jersey dresses could come back for Best of Me. That's what it was. Best of Me remix. Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carolina Blue Kicks, hottest nigga on the block, used to Willie bicycle since I was 6. Thank y'all for coming through with that. That's exactly what it was. And she was killing that joint. I was on a what was it? Clubhouse, and they were talking about what old fashioned things need to come back.
That's crazy because me and Don was just talking about spray paint on our show today. Spray paint.
So now y'all gonna come in here with matching spray paint t-shirts now? That's the next thing y'all gonna do?
What's up? You with it?
Fuck no. Hell
what
no.
about not even for like Throwback Thursday?
Hey man, you almost made me tell you to throw these nuts back. No, fam. Okay? No. All right? I'm not with it. All right? No. I'm not on that with y'all at all. I'll do like a white tee or something. Not the tall white tees. Was tall tees a thing for you? Was that, or did you just miss that?
I was too short for that shit.
Yeah, no, but short dudes was wearing too. Lil Wayne had one to the flow.
I ain't gonna stand. I found the picture with a thermal on.
Thermals was the joint though. But thermals had a good run.
It was the big thermal, bro. To my thighs.
Nah, there has to be a happy medium somewhere between how we dressed in the 90s and how these cats dress today. Because our pants were way, way, way too big. I look back at those pictures like, this is unbelievable. And then their pants are way too tight. Like, this is unbelievable. There has to be a happy medium between just wearing pants that fit.
It's crazy when you see the change because I saw it go from talking about motherfuckers who was wearing it too tight to talking about motherfuckers who was wearing their pants too big.
Okay, Cherie says Salt and Pepper versus Oaktown 357. I don't even know who that is. What song does... Hey, search Oaktown 357 and see what song they have. I hope I know it, but I don't off the top of my head, I don't know who that is. Maybe I'm showing my age here. I don't know. Salt and Pepper, though. I'm with that. Remember they was on Martin? We can talk about Martin since 2 ain't here. Okay. K still don't know who it is either. I don't know who that is. Oaktown 357. Y'all got to tell me something. But remember when Salt and Pepper was on Martin? With Key Lolo?
I'm looking at all the songs they got, and none of them are ringing the bell.
They say MC Hammer Group. You don't know 357? I gotta get loose. Like, I don't know. Is that their song? I don't know.
Juicy, Got You Crazy. You ever heard of that song?
Nah.
We Like It.
Oh, I think I do know We Like It.
Yeah.
I think I do know We Like It. If it's the song I think it is.
It's Not Your Money.
Nah.
Straight to You.
No, that's it. I don't know. No. I'm surprised they even have that many songs. We telling our age with that 357. Yeah, I don't know who that is, y'all. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I don't know who Oaktown 357 is. I think I might know the one song that Ron just named.
We Like It.
Yeah, when you said that, a tune popped in my head that might be it, but I'm not even gonna try to duplicate the tune because It's probably not it. But bring back wearing 2 polo shirts with the inner shirt collar up, Theo Huxtable. No. Okay? No. In fact, kill everybody who's ever done that. Okay? Including like Bobby Valentino and whoever who did it like in the early 2000s.
Yeah, what?
Wear 2 polos on top of each other and pop the inside collar up. Like, oh my God. Like, no. Beat that person up. Like
Hold on. Because that deserves the 2 button.
If you wear two polos with the inside polo collar up,
Nigga, you gay.
Facts though. Those are facts. Now go through there, look through all them pictures and see if you can find one with Maze dressed like that.
The button-ups though.
Cause if you go through the pictures in here in the studio, you see all the style errors go through Maze's photos. You just flick through them and you see all the errors come through his photos. That man got on some stuff in some of these photos, okay? Some stuff. One time I was gonna load him into the switcher.
The curls, the press out, the dreads.
There's nothing he didn't try.
Everything.
Nothing he didn't try. Nothing he didn't try. Once he got up out of Bolingbrook, he like, I'm trying everything I used to see on TV. Don't do it. Don't do it. He did it. He tried it. It didn't work. That's the struggle. I don't have time. I don't have time for you, K. Still.
Read it out loud. I gotta read it.
I don't have time for you. I don't have time for you, Kitty. Anyhow, it's some looks that I can I could be down with bringing back. I think I might bring back white tees this time. I might go white tee all summer because I don't remember what summer it was, but it was early 2000s for sure. Where it was white tee like every day, and that's all I would do. I'll go to Foot Locker. They used to have them 5 for 20s, and we used to call them that. Go get you some 5 for 20s, and you straight. As long as you got some 5 for 20s, crispy pair of jeans, some fresh ones. Nobody on the planet was fresher than you.
Yep.
Like it didn't matter what they had on. They could have on $1 million outfit. If I got on a fresh crispy white tee, some crispy jeans, and a fresh pair of white ones, I'm as fresh as anybody walking the face of the planet today. You can't tell me shit. Throw me a new blue Yankee. Nah, it would be fun then because I graduated high school in like 2004. So y'all was probably still doing it. Like 99 into 2000 because like Cash Money was wearing all them white tees and stuff. That was the back that ass up video. That was bling bling. You know what I'm saying? So that was 99, 2000 coming into that and just moving into that. It stuck around for a while though, because white tees was classic. You couldn't beat it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm down for a white tee renaissance. Might pull that off this summer. Get you a fresh Yankee fitted or a fresh White Sox fitted. Cannot beat it. I literally said this today. We must be related. Who said, oh, Boosie Dickies? Candace, you too?
They already trying to bring that back. They already started bringing that back.
Listen, it ain't left in L.A. That's just how they move. Okay, that's just what they do out there. But here, gonna ruin my Dickies. I don't want to.
Kind of a down south thing too.
Yeah.
Point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Certain things didn't used to be Chicago stuff, and then I'll be disappointed to see like how much Chicago has like adapted to some other stuff like locks and shit. We didn't wear locks. Everybody had a fade. Like locks wasn't a Chicago thing. It was a down south thing. It was you saw it in Atlanta and New Orleans and that kind of shit, Florida, and then in Chicago it was like everybody has a fade up here, fam.
Chief Keef started that. You think?
Somewhere around there. Yeah, somewhere around there. I mean, you had like people in the city who wore locks, but they were like lock people. You know what I'm saying? Like they was under that act. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't just like this prominent, prevalent thing that you just kind of saw all over the city. We was cats that wore fades. And I was like, damn, y'all really just gonna succumb to the wave and like do that? Now you get used to it, and locks look nice on some people. Not you, but some people.
I look lovely, bro.
He said, I look lovely. I respect the confidence, my G. I respect the confidence. They still rock ball fades in Cali. Yeah, because it's too hot. But no, I guess I can't say it's too hot because they got it in there. They do it in Atlanta and New Orleans. So Carhartt jackets. I was just about to say that in LA it's still a thing. Yeah. In LA, they still own it for sure. Locks were an East Coast thing. People who had locks were conscious. Yeah, so you had those kind of people for sure. Like those people who was wearing locks then, they was on a different. They was like, it was displaying their different level of consciousness to the thing. It wasn't a fashion statement like it is now. And again, I ain't knocking the fashion statement. I was just surprised when it came to the city because it wasn't really a Chicago thing for a long time. I say it predates Chief Keef, but yeah, I was like, ain't really our thing. We need to hold our own stuff down.
I started growing my locks when I found out it was illegal. I mean, I found out it was legal. It was legal to deny a person a job for having dreadlocks until 3 years ago. It is.
Sometimes people just try to get deep on you for no reason. That is not the reason you start growing locks.
You
read the article like, what? I am outraged. I am going to protest this and grow locks.
Now, it was because of the job I had. And it was just, to make them. Because I was downtown doing security around a bunch of white people.
I can feel it on some levels because I like I'm tattooed and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got tattoos on my neck and stuff like that. And so I'm all for getting rid of those kind of stereotypes and breaking those molds. I like the T-shirts that say tattooed and employed. I've seen those T-shirts quite a bit. I like those kind of T-shirts and stuff like that.
You'll be surprised how many doctors is like tatted from.
No, I wouldn't be surprised.
Sleeves.
I'm not the type of person that would be surprised by that because I don't associate your job with anything other than your job. I don't associate it with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like this person, that's what they do for a living. That's it. I don't associate it with anything else. I don't even like when people come up to me and in the first interaction we've ever had in life, you're like, so what you do? I fucking live. I breathe oxygen. Because here's the problem with it. What that person is trying to do, they're trying to evaluate you as a person. You know what I'm saying? And whether or not you are above, it's like, no, I'm not above you, not below you. My name is Herb. Good to meet you. If what I do for a living comes up in conversation, we can have that conversation. But it doesn't need to be, hey, what's your name? Cool. What do you do? Breathe, motherfucker. What do you do? I don't like how we try to compare ourselves to people in that way. Your job don't mean shit to me except that is your job. That's all it means to me. That's it. I don't give a fuck if you're the president or if you do whatever else somebody would find degrading. I don't care.
I stole that philosophy from you.
What? Yeah, G, I'm telling you, don't put people on pedestals, G. And be very, very wary of people when you see them fan out in front of somebody else. Because it doesn't just work this way. It also works the other way. If you think there are people above you, you think there are people below you too. And I don't think either of those are true. You know what I'm saying? So if Jay-Z walk in this room, I'd be like, damn, Jay-Z walked in. Pull up a chair, bro. What's good? You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna fall out my chair and hop on. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna do that, G. Because if fucking somebody who don't got a pot to piss in walked in here, I'd be like, damn, dude with no pot to piss in just walked in here. What up, fam? Pull up a chair. Like, it's I don't know. It's weird to me when I see people act like that, and I've always just make a mental note, like, all right, if that's how you acted when we was around such and such, I know that you think some other shit about some of the other people we be around, or me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't really rock with it. So I'm not saying, you can't be happy to meet the motherfucker. Good to meet you. It's real good to meet you, Jay, for sure. But, beyond the normal pleasantries I would offer anybody that came in here, you want something to drink? We're not doing backflips because you're in this motherfucker. You breathe like I breathe, fam. And I respect you because you breathe. But other than that, your job is just your job, fam. I ain't fucking with it.
I'm just gonna tell people I'm a sole proprietor. That's all. I'm just a sole proprietor.
I'm just a human being. Like it doesn't matter, right? Like what answer are you looking for here? Now, if we in conversation, if we are at a networking event or something like that, and we kind of all in the same area, okay, what part of this thing you in? I get that, right? On some networking shit. But you don't know me from Adam, and as soon as we introduce each other, what you do?
The answer she's looking for, don't worry about it, shorty. I got it bag.
I look at stupid people. No, that's not the answer, G, because, again, that is what they're doing. That is what they're trying to find out.
Yeah.
No.
Tell them what they want to hear.
No. Oh, tell them to get the fuck out my face. I don't like people like you. Okay, that shit bothers
I'm
me.
gonna start a major line. I'm a doctor. I'm a surgeon.
I'm
a heart
irritated.
surgeon.
I tell people I'm a stripper. If I ever answer that question, I'm a stripper.
I'm a heart surgeon.
Like, fuck out my face with this goofy shit. Like, beat it, fam. Like, beat it. If it comes up in conversation, then we have some connection here and it's cool. But other than that, man, beat it. Ain't nobody got time for that. Herb tatted up, shit. Kim K might pay $85 for you to increase the market value. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Say I know some folks that look like Jay but broke as fuck. That's why I got questions.
Yeah, it just don't matter to me. She say my husband hates that too. I'm in sales and that's what I do. Prove people all day. When I do it, he say, nosy ass. Yeah, like
it's not like we can't lie to you because once we get the boxes over with anyway.
Here's my thing, bro. I'm not even talking about box. I'm talking about niggas. I'm talking about women. I'm talking about anybody.
Anybody who asks.
I don't like anybody. It irritates me. Like, my name is Herb. I told you that. You want to get to know Herb? You can get to know him, right? And I'm an open book. It ain't like I'm trying to hide some shit from nobody. But I just don't like the way we use that.
Revealing some shit. It's like, I don't want to hide nothing, but I don't want to reveal nothing either.
No, it's not even that, G, because I don't give a fuck what you know about me. It don't really matter, right? I don't care. Can't nobody harm me, punish me about nothing. Like, whatever. You can know whatever you want to know about me. You can look it up. You can ask the streets. You can Google it for all I give a damn. I don't care. My point is, I don't like how we use it in relationship to comparing ourselves to other people. That's all I'm saying. I don't like that shit. And so, if y'all do that to people, just ask yourself why you're asking them that.
Let me irritate you real quick.
Sure.
I don't gotta lie. When people ask me what I am, I just say I'm a boss shorty.
Right. Right. Say
I'm a boss shorty.
Say I'm Herb Howard's boss. I tell Herb Howard what to do every day. Tell him that. Yeah, that's all. That's all I'm saying. I just if y'all do that to people, if you find yourself doing that, I would just challenge you to just pause for a second. Ask yourself, why am I asking this person that question? And then just be honest with yourself. Just ask yourself, why am I asking this person this question? And keep it a buck with yourself. And if you're asking them that to compare or see if they're worthy of your time or conversation, move around. And then go check yourself too, because that's whack as fuck. It's whack as fuck. Meet somebody, they give you a good vibe, you want to stand there and talk to them, stand there and talk to them. Y'all might find out exactly what both of y'all into. But evaluating people at that level, irks me. Hated it. Don't like it at all. And then just this, and be more likely than not, you're going to get some exaggerated version of whatever it is that person is into. But also, if you get something less than you find valuable, how you going to treat that person then? Like, now you're just not fucking with them? Now they're not worthy of your time no more? It ain't for me. It ain't for me. And the same thing I was saying about, was I saying it on here? About football players? We might have been talking about that yesterday. I don't know. Yeah, I think we was talking about that yesterday when Cass was here. About football players, how, they introduce themselves like first and last name, and I play for this. Like, fam, nobody asked you that, fam. Like, relax. Give yourself a hug and pipe down. Who are you before you call a football? Like, please fucking relax. Drugs equals pharmaceutical investing. That's real spill. That is real spill. Yeah, exactly. Marry real, recognize real. We vibing here. We good. Like, conversational flow just fine. Or if we not. And what you do for a living ain't really gonna change that for me at all. Like, So yeah, don't be on that, Ryan. Okay, don't ask people what they do unless it comes up.
I really don't care.
Yeah,
that type of person.
Yeah, if it comes up, fine. You know what I'm saying?
If I ask you, then you're gonna ask me, and I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, it's just cat. It's just stupid. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just.
I'm going to lie to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a stripper. With the straightest face I can possibly give you. And then when you look at me like, you're kind of fat for a stripper, I'm like, So what? So what? I get paid. Yeah, people should never ever be on that. It has nothing to do with what it is. Men never care what a woman's profession is.
Yeah, we never asked that. That's not part of our questions.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I couldn't care less what you do for a living. Like it doesn't move me in any way, shape, or form. Like, all right, sweetheart.
Unless we start dating and you working the third shift, then I might have some questions.
Why she can't be a nurse or something, man? Why she can't be a brain surgeon on the overnight shift?
Because she bringing cash home every day.
Why she can't be visiting her sick auntie in Atlanta?
Oh, they get tips and nurses now?
You did such a good job putting that Band-Aid on. Cash, make it rain on her.
The Phlebotomists get tips now.
That's real. That is, I feel you on that piece, but I don't care. For real. You wouldn't date a stripper ever? Brian.
Would I date a stripper? Nah, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Nah.
Nah.
She fine as hell. I'm not saying all strippers are fine as hell. I'm saying in this hypothetical scenario, she's fine as hell.
Nah, know
you met her somewhere else. Maybe you met her like church.
I've dated a shot girl before, and I've heard the story.
What's a shot girl?
The girls who walk around the club, the strip club, giving out the shots.
Like the servers and the bottle girls and shit.
And I've heard about them. So if they stories is wild, I can imagine what the stripper stories is like.
Everybody has wild stories, bro. I'm sure that there are bottle girls and servers and waitresses that partake in that kind of activity.
To serve. They have to serve.
Serve. That's what their job is. Bring a bottle and some glasses over here, ma'am. Thank you very much. That's what their job is. But I'm sure there are some of them who are fucking the niggas that's coming in the club, and there are some of them that absolutely are not. You know what I'm saying?
Some of them are told to. You have to entertain. You have to do more than just serve this drink.
Of course, that's part of their job description. You know what I'm saying? They got to come in here. They got to look good. They usually dress in certain outfits. All of them, having the same outfit for a night. And, you got to be a little flirtatious. That's part of the job of any bartender, for real. Any bartender's going to flirt with you a little bit. She got to be batting her eyes at you and telling you she give you her number and no shit, but they going to treat you well. It's a service industry, right? So you treat your customers well. That being said, I don't think all of them is fucking. And I don't think that's true of any industry. You could find... I don't know. She could be a neurosurgeon. I would think that the same percentage of neurosurgeons are absolute demons in the bedroom as are bottle girls.
Yeah, who knows? Because I probably dated a stripper without even knowing.
That part. Nah, I don't know. I'm just saying, if you met her out, some natural circumstances, everything was cool, everything was good. Like good energy, good conversation.
And after a few weeks,
and because as I said in the initial conversation, I'm not asking you what you do for a living because it don't fucking matter to me right now. But then as it comes up in casual conversation or whatever, she wasn't trying to hide it per se. Like, I'm a dancer. You like,
we already done started dating.
If you like her already, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But if you know already, you ain't gonna even give her a chance.
But if I'm just still know you were trying to beat the Doonies, I'm good.
She can't even get a chance if she's a stripper.
Nah.
I've never dated a stripper. But I also don't know that I would like strike them off the list just off GP.
I mean, I kind of feel like two in that situation.
Two.
But you do have to have some type of...
two going strippers.
It's something mentally wrong.
It's something mentally wrong with her if she's a stripper. Is that what you just... That's...
Now, let me take that back.
You're right. You are
All
like
my
two.
strippers
No. You're absolutely like two. Both of y'all on the same shit. There's something mentally wrong with her if she's a stripper.
A little bit. Just a little bit. I gotta pull a 2 on this one, man. It's a reason you...
Enlighten me.
There's a reason why you're there.
Yes. Same reason everybody else goes to their job.
Something's not going right with a regular job. Or
maybe she doesn't want to work at whatever regular job you're talking about.
She don't want to be an entrepreneur. She don't want to work for nobody. None of that. She just want to strip. There's an issue there.
What's the issue?
something mentally is messed up. What happened? I'm gonna ask you
What happened? Something happened to her?
Yeah.
Who hurt you, love? Is it your
hurt
father? Your mother? You didn't get enough hugs growing up? She couldn't just be like, no, I got this banging body. I like to dance. I don't really care about other people's opinion, and it's good money.
If that's the case, that means that you have fallen into the Western Americanized mentality.
Okay, what do you say about the person who goes to their 9 to 5 at some
The
corporate office every
same
day who
thing.
hates that fucking job?
The same thing, but it's worse when you're demeaning yourself.
What if she doesn't feel that way? You think she's demeaning herself. That's what I just said. She doesn't care about other people's opinion.
And that's why I stated I got a little two in me when it comes to that. Because,
Pause.
Super pause. I got to side with two a little bit because I'm in between a rock and a hard place, bro.
Yeah. Whatever, man. Let me see what y'all say about this stripper thing before we get up out of here. She said a traveling nurse. That's funny. They use eyelash to prevent the cum to get in there. Whoa.
Hold on. I'm just going to guess. I'm not even going to read. Steve?
I don't know. Magda said it, so I don't know. I got to follow and see where this thing came from. So I tell ladies with them big-ass eyelashes, I'm a forklift driver when they ask. Just not my thing. Eyelashes back in the day were called cumbrellas, Magda says. He said, huh? She said they use the eyelashes to prevent the cum to get in their eyes. That is... Yo, Mags, that is wild as hell, okay? If y'all want to hear more wild shit from Magda Desir, y'all can catch her every Friday night right here on What's in It for the Black People Media at 9 p.m. Unloaded and Uncovered with Magda Desir talking about cumbrellas? Really? Y'all are off the chain in here this afternoon. It's only Wednesday and y'all wilding right now. Leave Ron alone. He doesn't have to prefer dating strippers. I ain't say you got to prefer it. I'm just asking why you canceling them out. Takeaway. Herb likes strippers. Boosie. Boosie, that's the conclusion you came to? I like strippers. I do like strippers. I've never dated one, and I've never really tried to date one. I do like the profession. I'm here for it. You can catch me at a strip club. I'm glad I live in Chicago because we just don't have good strip clubs. But if I live in,
say that's smart to Mags.
because they wildin'. That's why. Something's wrong with all of these people. I am the most normal person in the Iswiz family. Right? They try to make it seem like I'm the crazy one. I am the most normal person in this family. The rest of y'all are super wild. Y'all off the chain, man. Yeah, I do like strippers though. If I lived in a place where strip clubs were dope,
Yeah, I love them strippers.
I'd go.
Yeah, I love them strippers.
I'd go often. Like I would go often if I lived in a place where we had good ones. I just don't live in such a place, so I don't go. But every time I'm out of town in such place, absolutely, I'm pulling up. I am pulling up. I'm here for it. Ron talking about they ain't worth the. Can't date them if they're a stripper. Nah, you terrible for that, bro.
Okay, so you would date a thought? Yes.
No, and why is she a thought? Because she's a stripper. Because by thought you mean she fucks a lot of random dudes.
No, I don't. The definition of thought, I don't think you have to even be smashing all of them. You just giving your attention to a lot of niggas. Nah, that makes you a thought.
In that case, then you just told me that the bottle girls got to give their attention to the customers, so they all thoughts.
And what else did I say? I dated a bottle girl, and I'd never do it again.
So they thoughts too.
Yes. You too desperate for a paycheck. I don't need anybody who's that desperate for a paycheck.
You're too desperate for a paycheck. I'm not
too desperate for a paycheck, or you want money too easily. Both of those are bad things.
I'm not gonna offend anybody's profession to even make comparisons to what desperation looks like. But fam,
it might just be a confidence thing. Who knows? You might just be confident enough to think your body will bring you back.
If your body is banging and you like to dance and you don't care about other people's opinion
on your body.
Not on your body.
Period.
I just said her body's banging. Anybody with eyes can see that piece, right? What I'm saying is you don't care about other people's opinion about what you do for a living, then yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do that, shorty. Who am I to tell you otherwise? Or to tell you that you are now undateable because of that. Never dated one, but I wouldn't cancel it just because of that. Now, I agree with you. It's probably slim pickings within that profession in terms of people you can date. But I wouldn't just cancel them off GP, though. I wouldn't do that. Anyhow, we got to bounce. Huge thanks to the Bigs for chopping it up with me at the top of the show. Thanks to Ron for doing everything that Ron does. You ain't get on my nerve too much today.
I try not to, man.
That's bullshit. Make sure y'all stick around. The network this evening, 7 o'clock in the zone with Brian Foster. 8:30, Reese and Toy will be here for Week Ho Wednesday. Get up early tomorrow, 6 a.m. for the Maze Jackson Show. Stick around for the Book of Dawn before Parenting in a Pandemic with Tennille Jackson, and then hopping down on the soil with that's not true. Tomorrow is Thursday. Then we're going to be on the green side of things with Cassiopeia and Brother Sadiq. And then we'll be back here at 3 o'clock, same time, same place tomorrow for I Said What I Said. For Ron Rilla and Toussaint Werner, special thanks to the Bigs. My name is Herb Howard. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
WIFTBPM.
Let me test your work. Boss, you the boss, let me test your work. Jesus, you talking breezy, let me test your work. Cam, you the man, let me test your work. Dre and Snoop, like that chronic, I need something stronger. Molly cute, that's like an aspirin for my daughter. Big time, in the club with a case of Ace. And now I sniff that whole table. Scarface, another court case. I'm a frequent offender. When Wyclef was hot, I was gone to November. 6 years, hard time. Bobby was fucking up, Whitney could have been mine. We would have been so high and so in love. When Amy Winehouse died, I could have saved her. I could have smoked like half of that. She wouldn't have had to go in cardiac. Arrest, hands up under her dress. Lindsay Lohan her mess, but I'll still cope above her breasts. I must confess, I heard from a little birdie. Bring some crystal meth, you can get neck from Fergie. Had a real nice dream, me and Charlie Sheen. Few Playboy bras, I was high in Rock Ford. Brick after brick, like Shaq at the free throw. I stayed hard, I put coke in my pee hole.